Okay.
So the story is, I got cut from Chesapeake JV football, which is like the worst possible team, and they said they weren't making any cuts, and then
They made an exception for how bad you were.
I was that bad, dude.
Welcome back to another episode of If This Doesn't Work, I'll myself. Today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Troisi.
Yes, sir.
What's up, my boy?
Thanks for having me, dude.
You already
it's been
know.
Far too long. You've been trying to get me on here, but
yeah, man.
I feel like I'm finally worthy of being here.
Yeah.
Like, who am I to be on this podcast? But like, you and I, when you were getting started with your podcast, your comedy career, we were like getting off. That's a weird way to put it. We were getting started around the same time, and we had like a little bit of a bet. Like, you were gonna get on stage to do stand up,
Yeah.
and then I was gonna get on stage to do music, and it was both like pretty brand new for us. You had done your podcast before.
Yes,
with
but
Najee.
not the stand-up at the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we told each other we were both going to get on stage, and we did. And now fast forward to 2026, you just hit 5,000 subscribers.
Squad.
Let's go. And we just hit 5,000 followers on at least one social media platform, and we're
Fucking
retaining
right.
listeners. I used to have this guy, I would say, come out to my car after your haircut and let me show you a song.
Yeah.
Remember that, dude?
I just now am,
Look-
and it was
look-
actually slapped. Remember I told you? I was
Yes.
like, what's surprised is it was good.
Correct. Well,
You know how when someone's like, I want to show you my music, and I'm like, oh, fuck, man,
Yeah.
this better be good.
Yeah,
And it
well,
was fucking good.
a lot of people think it's going to be garbage because...
Well, because if you know someone, right? It's just because I know you.
Yes.
Anyone who you know who happens to be a rapper or happens to be a whatever, it's like, no
Yeah.
offense, a lot of them just are not good.
Right, you have to be prepared to give lip service, like, "Oh, dude, that was cool. I really like that one
really
part
like how
where
you-"
you..." Right. But
You're really trying.
yes. So I mean,
Effort's really good, you know.
we're in our mid-30s. We have the money. We have.
I'm in my mid-20s for the record.
Okay. We're in a better position to do things a little bit more professional, and we've failed at stuff,
Right.
which means, you know, we learned from it and we see what works. So now we're at a position to take what it is that we love, comedy, music, and turn it into a business and a brand. And I mean, we're doing the damn thing.
Yeah, we are. Shout out to you and us, bro.
Yeah, man.
I will
We're
say
getting
this too. That's like, it's almost better, right, than starting at 19.
Sure.
In certain ways, like when you said that we've had some failures, right, or we've tried other things.
Yes.
You know, it's like, obviously, sure, you know, if you're a phenom at 17 and you land some huge gig and then you get it for the rest of your life, awesome. But
Right.
realistically, to prepare you for what will hopefully continue to grow,
Yes.
you want to have some, you know what I mean? It's almost like being a viral sensation
Sure.
off your first song. You're not prepared to have that virality. So
Right.
you kind of want to build. You want to build I mean, don't get it twisted. We'll take the virality anytime you can.
Sure.
But yeah, you're almost, like you said, in a better place. Like you said, mid-30s, you have a better head on your shoulders. You know what works, know what doesn't.
Yes.
And like you had mentioned, it's this world we live in where you can't just do the music.
Correct. You have to be able to do other stuff.
Which is so annoying.
Yeah, so this is something we're finding out, and our
Omen Skye, by the way.
Omen Skye.
Omen, second word Skye.
the Scottish spelling.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Omen Skye, it's a band. Check it out. Metalcore.
We're metalcore. We were just talking before
But they're not in the box.
Correct. Before we had the cameras rolling, we were talking about like you getting a wide array of different guests on here so that you're not necessarily fit into one style of interviewing, right?
Right.
You're all over the map. You got musicians, you got comedians. So when it comes to our music, we are a metalcore band, but that umbrella terminology has really evolved since we were young men.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, bro, for me, bro, it was just all screamo.
Right.
You know what I mean? For like the
Yes.
person who's like, and I'm someone who listens to it as well.
Yep.
But it's gotten to all these different subcategories
Yes.
of like new metal and metalcore.
My
and
friends clown on me so much, dude, because I do identify. So I can like explain the different bands to my friends, like, oh, well, this one really isn't metalcore. These guys are more deathcore. These guys are more hardcore. These guys are more melodic death metal. And they're like, bro, you're losing me with all the subgenres.
But you love it. You can nerd out about it because it's like there are these differences and.
Sure, yeah, differences in sound, differences in lyrical content, differences in even the like the scales they might use to compose said song. It comes from like a different time and place in music history. Our music is very indicative of, say, like 2003 to 2006 metalcore. You got Killswitch Engage, you got Bullet for My Valentine. Killswitch Engage is our guitarist Josh's like favorite band.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is using metrics, and now we're under management. They keep a very close eye.
Under management?
We're under management.
Damn. Us too.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You will be. Core Collective Talent Agency. Shout out Mikey Hayes and Katie.
Shout out Mikey and Katie.
They're doing a lot for us. They're
That's
absolutely
awesome, man.
fantastic.
No, I didn't know that. That's congrats. I have more questions about that. We'll set it to the side.
Yes, so we started with them in March, I want to say. So there's benchmarks in the music industry. So we hit our 5,000 follower mark on Instagram specifically in March, and that is like supposed to be the benchmark to reach out to like a management company. I picked up the phone. I made it happen. He was...
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So as soon as you're like, once you hit 5K on whatever,
yes,
they're like, that's the time you can start reaching, and you just were like, let me get on it.
Right. So I'm doing a ton of research on like, are we ready yet? Mm-hmm. We have out one EP.
Ready for management is what you're talking about?
Ready for management. So so there's a bunch of different avenues you have to go down, right? So you work with promoters. Promoters are local individuals who will put you on a bill, hopefully with like a nationally touring act. So at this point in our career, we're 3.5 years in. Just so you know, 95% of bands fail within their first year to 2 years. So the fact that we're going on 3.5 years
already,
we're making it. We're beating the odds, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
So we've really grown a lot. Our sound has changed. We're putting more money into the project. We reached out to Mikey around 5,000, but our what we call in the music industry monthlies. It's monthly streamers specifically on Spotify. That's where you're going to get the majority of them.
So it's metrics you're talking, monthly metrics.
Monthly metrics. So in order to get signed to a label, that would be the big
Which is
step
not
for
the
us.
same thing as management.
Correct.
Okay.
Management does things like you speak to them on a weekly basis. They check out your metrics. They see how you're doing as a band. They see who's listening to your music and where in the world. Believe it or not, we are bigger in Australia right now than we are in the United States, which is crazy. Australians love their metalcore. I'm sure maybe you, Mike, have heard that at some point. Bands like Make Them Suffer, Alpha Wolf, these are bands that are from Australia.
Yeah.
Parkway Drive, one of the biggest metalcore bands of all time, Australian band. So they love their metalcore over there. And so right now we're popping off. But when we go to create like one of our very first tours, we might go as support, or we could do like a very small club, headlining tour. And we're going to target like, okay, right now we're doing very well in Washington, D.C., but also we know people from there. We're doing very well in Chicago. We don't know anybody. It might be a low turnout, but if we go in support of a bigger act, then we would have the opportunity to actually get viewed in an area that we're having some success but could have a lot more.
I get it. So it's not like you're unheard of there.
Sure.
But it's no one you know personally.
Right.
So it's like a perfect in between where
Yes.
if you can get on a headliner thing there, we're with a headliner there.
Yep, it's a pipeline. So we've opened up locally. So that's the first stage, is to open up locally for like bigger named acts. So like Waking the Cadaver, they used to be big in the MySpace deathcore scene when we were in high school.
Yeah.
We've played with them. We've played with Resistor from Long Island, New York. They're popping off right now. We just opened up for Fight From Within on August 2nd here in Catonsville. So we're getting on with these.
And is that through management?
So most of them have been on our own volition.
Okay.
People looking out for us. There's a band out of Philly. They're called If Not For Me. They're
shout out If Not For Me.
They're awesome. They're awesome. My buddy Joe grew up with Pat, their vocalist. They are big time, dude. They were signed to Theoria Records, who they help us do some of our PR and advertising. Chris, who's with the band Soft Spoken. He started the label.
PR and advertising, which is separate than being signed and separate than management.
Correct.
I'm just trying to let people understand how many different fucking buckets there are.
It's a huge umbrella. So you have local promoters that book you on local shows. You have your management that looks out for your metrics and the business side of being in a band.
Right.
And then eventually that management company can take over booking, which puts you on tours. Then you have PR and advertising. Like, dude, do you know if we were talking 3 years years ago when this band was getting started, and you were going to tell me that I would have a publicist. That shit is crazy. Shout out Shauna. She's awesome.
Shauna, you're the best.
Yep.
Shout out Shauna.
This is one interview opportunity I was able to get on my own because I know my guy here. But she gets me all
Shauna
of our...
reached out to me.
Did she for real?
No.
Thank you, Shauna. Yeah, she gets me all of our interviews, podcasts, stuff like that.
And is that through the management, or is it?
So they work in contact with
each
Core Talent Agency, but her company is based out of Anaheim, California. And then there's a whole different setup for putting your music onto streaming platforms. That's called distribution. So somebody reached out to us, Robbie Perry. He's a A&R, which is
the fact that he's got these names like
dude,
that is impressive.
It's a lot that you have to remember. So I'm more involved with this band. Some people would see it as like a hobby, given as like we don't play out as often as we probably should and could.
I mean, not if people knew you, yeah.
Right. I put more work into this than my day-to-day job.
Thing, yeah.
Yes, I wake up, it's the first thing that I check. I'm always like writing, recording. We just practiced yesterday for like 4 or 5 hours working on new material because our people are getting tired of the same old shit, man.
Right.
But we were contacted by Robbie Perry. He's an A&R for the company Arson Theory. Arson Theory was started by
That's
Eddie.
a cool name.
Yes, it is. They're based out of L.A. It was started by Eddie Hermita, who is the vocalist of Suicide Silence now. He took over after Mitch Lucker passed away. So they reached out to us. This was totally just a shot in the dark. Which is
a different thing than you reaching out, right? It feels
Correct.
good when anyone hits you. You're like,
yes,
oh, shit,
dude.
people are reaching to you. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I talked to him for an hour on the phone. I literally could not believe it. He's like, you guys have a cool sound. You have a cool look. I really think...
You like press mute. You're like, holy shit.
Seriously, dude. I was like, oh my, is this...
You get back on there like, yeah. Playing it.
100%. I'm pretty sure that actually happened. I was like,
Mom, holy shit.
Is this even for real right now? I called my girl immediately after and I told her, I was like, this is wild. Like, you feel big time.
Right.
And there's still a lot of work that we have to do, but he gave us the opportunity to be an Arson Theory artist. Now, currently we're operating under Tier 1, which is essentially unsigned. So we have like 12 months to prove to this distribution company that we can make them money.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when we signed on with Arson Theory, our music might be getting anywhere from like 5 to 10 plays a day. Right now, we're averaging at bare minimum like 150 unique listeners every single day, which is about 3,000 unique listeners a month, which is a cool starting point. Now, talking about metrics,
which is all it is, by the way. You guys are just starting all that. Like, you're brand new at this whole thing.
Correct. Yeah. And we're learning that you have to operate it as a business. A band is a business, whether it's merch sales, whether it's brand new content, how you're writing songs. Like, do people want these like real beautiful ambient choruses to sing along to, or do they want heavy headbanging breakdowns? What's working for us? And then we can try and kind of slightly curtail our style. Now, we are a metalcore band that was influenced by early 2000s metalcore, so our songs are long. We were talking about it before we hopped on here. You know, most of the bands that are popping off right now have songs that are like between 2 and 3 minutes. Hardcore, deathcore. They're ass beaters, and they're that's man.
Ass beaters.
That's what we call them. They're ass beaters.
I like that.
They're quick. They're aggressive. They're fast, and
like some knock loose shit.
Essentially, yes. So like that's what grabs attention, because in 2026, people's attention span is like that of a fucking fly, right? So they can't. So our management group tries to tell us week in, week out, you guys need to write shorter songs, and we're like, look, we will bend for a lot of different reasons in a lot of different ways, but we will not compromise our writing style, because we are creating something, and we were the ones who said we want to have more of a cinematic sound. And now, like Mikey, our manager, he hears that in us, and he'll tell people that. And we, like, when we talk to our fans, they hear it too. Yeah. We'll add keys.
Your fans like it. Your fans are fucking with the 6-minute songs.
100%. Yes. And more than metrics in a place that's far and away, like somewhere like Australia, that's cool to see on a computer screen. But how many people are wearing our merch? It's mind blowing.
By the way.
Let's go.
By the way, go get you some.
Yep.
Omen Skye.
Right.
This wasn't a tank, actually, was it?
You cut the sleeves off.
Okay.
I have one
I
where
was
I
just
cut the
thinking I
sleeves
was
off
representing
too.
a tank, but this was a T-shirt.
Yeah, man, that was our original shirt for our original single we released,
pretty
Light
tough.
Bearer's Oath. We now have 3 unique designs, and we have 2 more on the way, and probably either a beanie or a hat for wintertime.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we want to stick. We know what's working for us. We see anytime we go to see professional bands, at least one person is wearing our shirt, and that's
Really?
advertising, and it says Maryland Metal on the back, and people see that and they instantly are curious.
Right.
What is that? What is that
Interesting.
band? What is that brand?
That makes a lot of sense because if it just says Omen Skye,
Right.
it could be some obscure thing
It could
from
be.
wherever where it's like,
Yeah.
so if you throw the word Maryland in there,
Yes.
it goes, oh, like that's why on our podcast Instagram page, I make sure to say Pasadena, Maryland.
Yes.
Just because it's like, if someone might not be interested and they go, oh shit, that's 20 minutes away.
Right. Yeah. And it puts this place on a map, dude.
Right.
So
Right.
originally we had the idea, because I'm from Baltimore City. I'm from Pasadena, but I live in Baltimore City, and I have for many years now. And we thought about doing shirts that were like Charm City Metal, Charm City Metalcore, but we want to be more inclusive. There's way more people.
Interesting.
Correct.
So, like,
We're
you want it to be
expanding.
local, but not hyper local.
But not hyper local.
Right.
And we learned that the hard way. So like our Mikey and
It was
Core,
like the street you lived.
yeah, right. So he's in the band Fight From Within that we just opened up for, and they're from New York.
Heard of
And
it.
it's unique for them because you can say New York and people might think the city, but they're from upstate. So they have fans from all over, like New York City, upstate New York, and
Right.
it's more inclusive that way to say the state that you live in,
Yeah.
and instead of just the city. It makes
New
it
York's
more
is
of
like a
draw.
cheat code because it's like when you say New York, people
Yes.
think it's city. but
Right.
It could mean any of that.
Any of that,
Yeah.
right? And the people that live there know that, right?
Right.
So, and then inside Maryland Metal is the Maryland flag, and if you're from Maryland or know anyone from Maryland or live anywhere near Maryland, Maryland people are absolute whores for the flag design.
We're
Yeah.
We
game
are
about the flag.
far and away the coolest flag in America. I mean, who has anywhere near as cool? Maybe Arizona.
I was just out of the country, and people were like, when I said I was from Maryland, they
Yep.
were like, "Wow, you guys love your flag,
I
don't
mean,
you?"
yes.
I'm like,
look,
Yes.
it depends on what you like, right? Like, I agree
Mike
that
doesn't
it,
like
it
it.
was the coolest flag until, like, when something gets too popular,
Mhm.
I no longer like it. And that's a me thing. That's,
That's
definitely
fair.
a me
really,
thing.
I'm like,
Yep.
What I will say, though, is it's not the most representative flag of all the flags. If you look,
no.
the Florida flag, if you take a look at it, it has a red X on the flag.
Unless
Like,
there's
literally,
caution tape and
it literally
police.
says "Don't come here"
Yes.
on the fucking
And
flag.
everybody's trying to
I don't
move
think I've
their
ever
hand
seen
over
Florida
fist.
flag.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not representative of Maryland. but-
Sure, but a lot of people love
Know
that
it,
design,
yup.
and it catches
yeah.
the eye.
Yeah,
Don't
it looks
come
con- it
here.
looks
Don't
damn
come
near
here.
Confederate.
Don't come here.
My dad retired, moved right to Naples,
That's
Florida.
where all the old people go to die, and
That's
that's where
right.
I'll probably go to die too, maybe.
Yeah, God's
But-
waiting room. I passed Macaulay Poliniak right there, and I was like, "That's where my funeral's gonna be."
I know.
right
it's-
down the
it's-
street.
It is awkward to pass a funeral home
It
and go,
is.
"Yeah, I'll fucking be there."
Yeah, this is my hometown.
This
I
meat
might,
sack will be
live
there.
in. I might live in the city now. I might move somewhere if this music career ever happens to take off. But I'll be dead and buried right here in Pasadena, Maryland.
Mhm.
It's just a fact of life.
Yeah, it used to make me sad, like, and then I realized, like, I'm not sad about it.
No,
You know?
dude, I love this place.
Yeah, it's like maybe I don't love every single thing about it, but it's
Right,
home. At the
it
end of the
is.
day, it's
If-
gonna feel like home. It is home. I'm not saying I won't move, but it's
Right.
always gonna have a place like that feels like home.
Yeah, you've taken some pretty cool trips abroad and done a lot of cool
So
things.
have you.
Right, but and when I first, so I wanted so badly to get away from this place. When I was a kid, my parents, we didn't have a ton of money, so we went to Ocean City every summer.
That's the big vacay.
That's the big vacay, man.
Yeah.
That's where we go, Ocean City, Maryland. And back then we thought we were ballers.
Real
going there.
traveling too. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so-
You're like, this is a big deal.
Yeah, and then in my
Do I need my
teenage
passport,
years,
Mom?
right. I just got a new one, and I have no trips planned. Just like to be prepared. But yeah, man, I in my teenage years, I got real into watching like Anthony Bourdain and like travel shows, cooking shows. I was like,
R.I.P. Absolute legend.
legend. I don't even get started
Yeah.
there. I remember the day very well. But he inspired me to get out, and I was like, I need to leave this, this small town of Pasadena
this
where
rinky-dink
everybody
hometown.
where everybody thinks this certain way and everybody sucks, and that you think you got to get away from your hometown. But after many trips, I mean, at this point I've been to 5 of 7 continents. Australia's tough, it's far away. Antarctica, good luck. But yeah, man,
That's where
I've
the
been
ice
on
wall's at.
yeah, seriously, winter is coming. But Yeah, man, I've been a lot of places, and whenever I come back here, like after the first few trips, I was like, oh, this place again. But now the older I get, it really does feel like home, man. Especially,
I had that kind of flip too. That kind
Yeah.
of flip where it's like, you know, when you first start going, you're like, yeah, this place, so let me get out of here. Then you realize a couple things. There's shitheads everywhere.
Sure.
There's like, you're gonna find the same stuff no matter what, right? Like depending on who you're with. Like people, I was talking to someone, they're like, oh, I hate Pasadena because all it is like drinking, right? And it's like, well, that's the
What?
scene you've been in.
Correct. You got to expose yourself
If
to
you
more.
if you were in a jogging group, I
Right.
bet you would think there was a lot of jogging
Yeah.
around here. You happen to be a drunk.
Yes.
So it's like the guy who's talking about it is like, well, you're a drunk.
Yes, you could go anywhere and just get caught up in the bar scene.
Right.
Like Florida,
Anywhere.
don't come here. I mean, you could very easily go there and have the same experience.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, so let me back up.
Yep.
You haven't always been in a
I'm
band.
going forward hat now with you. There we go. Flip flop. There we go.
You haven't always been in a band.
I haven't, but I've always been in and around the music scene.
You've been heavy into the music scene.
Correct.
Like heavy.
Yes.
Were you always into rock music? For lack of better terms, I'm gonna call it rock. This is a giant.
Yes. So my father, he got me into Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. Like those were my favorite bands. Like starting out.
Through dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you weren't always in a band, obviously.
Correct.
You've always
So-
been into music.
Yes. My first band was in high school. It was titled Sierra Slade.
You were in a band in high school.
Yes.
Oh.
So it was started by Ryan Corville and Ricky Gramlich and Justin Ballard. And then I kind of slid in there. I'd been playing guitar since 2006. My mother bought me my first guitar. I got cut.
Like an acoustic?
It was an electric.
Okay.
So the story is I got cut from Chesapeake JV football, which is like the worst possible team. And they said they weren't making any cuts. And then
They made an exception for how bad you were?
I was that bad, dude. I
Come on.
had never played. I played 1 year of like rec football growing up. It was for the Anne Arundel Raiders, which was right down like Bodkin Road. They were terrible. So my entire football playing career, I never played for even a 500 team.
Right.
Remotely a winning team. But I got cut. A couple other kids did. There was like a redistricting that happened. And my mother said, well, you're not just going to sit at home. So, like, what do you want to get into? She's like, do you want to do another sport? Do you want to do, like, martial arts? I was like, I don't know.
Because she knew just sitting around.
Right. I was going to mope and,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Or getting the heroin. I mean,
Yeah, well,
when you're bored. I mean,
we can talk about what happened later and getting into addiction and whatnot. But, yeah, man. So she's like, well, you've always wanted to play guitar. In middle school, School of Rock came out, and that was like a big
shit.
dude. School
You're
of
talking
Rock,
about with Jack Black and
Yep.
shit?
yeah.
Yep.
Let's rock today. But School of Rock, Almost Famous, Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, wow.
Not a 10 out of 10 movie, but
No.
fucking awesome movie, dude. We went to the Fillmore where you guys were for Slaughter to Prevail. I went there to see Black Label Society.
Nice.
And seeing Zach on stage, dude, he plays the guitarist in Rockstar. He's the guitarist of that
Oh,
fake band
nice.
Steel Dragon.
Huh.
But those were the movies that inspired me. And like when I was a kid, my dad and I, like his favorite band was Skynyrd. We literally just saw them like 2 weeks ago
That's awesome.
with Foreigner. And
you and your dad?
Yeah, me and my dad,
sick,
we went
sick.
together. We were gonna see Chicago and Styx a few days before, but just
That's
like,
pretty cool to have the same music taste as your dad, you know,
Yes.
or any parent, and then go with them. Yeah.
well, and then I ventured into heavier stuff, and you know,
He's not fucking with that, probably.
the average person's musical taste stalls somewhere around 30 years of age. So I'm still.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah, I'm
where they
beating the
stick with
odds.
what they've got
Correct. They don't have the capacity to add any kind of like.
or desire to have
Right.
new shit.
Yeah. This is what I like, and this is
Right.
where I want to stay. So I'm trying to still discover new music as an adult, but as a very young kid, we'd be listening to like Freebird, like.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any more stereotypical than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But we're in the basement of my townhouse right over there in Revere Beach, and me and my dad are playing on broomsticks, and like that's what inspired me as a kid. I never.
Does he play an instrument?
He
Or
doesn't.
just the broomstick.
He's just the broomstick.
Okay.
He's a bit of a singer. I remember we used to go to what was that Greek-owned restaurant in Millersville that had the good crab cakes?
Oh.
Hella's. We
Yeah.
used to go to Hella's, and I would watch my dad do karaoke. Little River Band. He'd do like Skynyrd, like
Awesome.
Ted Nugent and stuff like that. But he was never a musician. He could sing though.
Right.
He has a good voice. He would probably not tell you that, but he has a good voice. And so I was like, I wanted to pick it up to kind of impress him. And then my mom and him ended up getting a divorce. So then I kind of like weaponized me learning an instrument.
How?
to kind of like.
Or like it to what? Sorry, let me
Yeah,
continue.
no, you're good. So it's an odd concept, right?
It's intriguing. I'm
yeah,
intrigued.
my mom so she took me to Guitar Center when I got cut from the team, and I bought this. She bought me this guitar and this amplifier, and then her and my father ended up splitting up, parting ways, and you know, I wanted to kind of hold it against him. Like, Dad, you were the one who got me into music. He's the one who showed me Zeppelin. He's the one who showed me Sabbath. And those are like gateway.
You're trying to hold it against who, Mom or Dad?
Dad, because
Okay.
he's split.
Okay,
And
okay.
honestly,
More
I didn't talk to him
right,
for like 2
but that
years.
seemed to be his choice.
Right, but when
Okay.
he would come around, I had this new talent that was like something that we grew up together
Right.
loving and
Right.
doing. He took me to my first concert, 2003. We went to go see Heart, Ann and Nancy Wilson. They even covered like 2 or 3 Zeppelin songs. And yeah, man, anytime he would come to visit and I'm like, I don't want to see him, I don't want to talk to him. But then he'd come upstairs to kind
He
of
would
like,
just be JK. I
Dude.
can't hear you, Dad.
right, well, essentially I'm like, look what I was able to do without
you.
Look what I was able to learn in your absence.
Oof.
And it's crazy to like be an older man now and to come to this realization. But it was a big thing for me, man.
Did you
It
know
was
it
very-
at the time you were doing that, or not really?
It's kind of, sort of.
But maybe
yeah.
not just forefront.
Yes, it's not with the clarity that I
Right,
have now
right.
as an adult, but I knew what I was doing. And it's crazy when you're a kid and they're like, oh, and you pretend it's not affecting me. It'll never affect me.
Oh, what, the parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you try to act tough. It does.
Well, right.
You're a liar.
But you also don't know.
You don't know.
You
but
don't even.
You don't know to what degree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we talked briefly about certain things because, dude, parents, they don't even realize it, but they'll fuck you up, man. Like,
Oh,
certain
they're
things
going to.
Yeah, they're going to.
This is how I always say.
Across the
They're
board.
going to.
They're
So any
going to.
parent who's trying to figure out how to not fuck their kids up, it's just like figure out how to fuck them up.
Right.
Like, in which ways do you want to fuck them up? It's,
Right.
It's the same thing as like life is a struggle, but you get to pick what struggles you want.
100%.
It's not like you can do no struggle.
Yes.
So,
and,
yeah.
And when it comes to writing music, I mean, dude, like weathering those storms as like a young person is what gives you ammunition to write the best material of your life. Once you come to realization, or even as a coping mechanism to kind of come to terms with what it is that you went through. But so anyways, I started learning the guitar. And I got pretty good at it. And then I ended up replacing the guitarist of the band that I mentioned before. They were originally called Apocalypse in a Day. And Justin was a pretty good guitarist for a guy in high school, but he was mainly like power chords. And I was starting to learn like lead licks, and I was a decent songwriter. That's my thing to this day. I have friends of mine that have approached me about like doing cover bands. And not until maybe I'm like 50 do I
Right.
want to start to go down the road of like, all right, now I'm gonna learn other people's songs that they've written.
Because you're not trying to just perform other people's songs.
Right. It's very cathartic for me to write music. I love to write guitar riffs. There was even one project where I was the drummer. My sister growing up, she learned the Wipeout and she went to Bodkin Elementary. She did like the Wipeout drum solo. So my parents ended up buying her a drum set, which I totally just stole from her. To this day,
Yeah,
I
that's
owe her
mine
money.
now.
Yeah, seriously, it's
I put my
still-
nuts on your drum set.
That's right.
It's-
That's right, dude. So I kind of stole the drums from her.
Started
learned how to
learning
play
that
it.
on your own.
Yes. So anything that I was in guitar class in high school.
Right.
I didn't learn shit.
You didn't have
learn-
like a one-on-one tutor for years.
No, I
guitar
never-
class is not actually learning guitar.
not at all. You learn what's
That's
called
like going to shop class, calling yourself a carpenter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you learn things that are called etudes, which are these simple little
Etudes?
fucking like ETUDE.
Okay, so making sure I heard it right.
It's like a silly little tune that's meant to be a stepping stone to like learning like more complicated
shit.
things. Right. So I never learned anything in guitar class. 99% of guitar class, unless I was going up to perform something for the teacher, was me bringing tabs to class and just fucking learning. Like the first drop D. So if you're going to play metal music, first thing you're going to have to, the bridge you have to cross is drop tuning. Now, not always. If you're in a band like Metallica, they play heavy stuff in E standard.
What is drop tuning?
Drop tuning is it turns the guitar into, oh hell yeah, let's
Can
go.
you smash that over my head for the
I
views?
absolutely will. Let's see how in tune this thing actually is. Okay, so essentially drop tuning would be You tune this top string down, which is going to be an E, and you tune it down to match your third string, and that way. So like here, this is a power
Electric
chord.
guitars and acoustic guitars have the same amount of strings. That's a stupid question.
Usually.
Okay.
So like your average guitar is 6 strings. In heavy metal, I also own a 7-string guitar. It allows for extended scale length. You can go lower.
Gotcha.
Yeah, deeper.
But normal, typical is the 6.
6.
Okay.
I have a Acacia Strain shirt that says on the back, "Tune low, die slow," because dude, they play 8-string guitars. There's bands like Emerge that play 9-string guitars.
I feel like you need more fingers at that point.
Dude, it's crazy. So essentially, all you do is tune this string down,
which changes your chord thing from 2 fingers doing 2 different things to now you can just
use one.
You'll see in a second.
Yep, Mike knows. So boom, now you can just bar this.
Where normally you got to use more fingers to make it sound like that.
Right, so you're doing more with less. So you can just use one finger, and then this becomes like a bass note. So while you're doing like lead licks or like legato rhythm licks up top here, you can sit here, and then this string becomes like your bass tone, like. And you can keep the rhythm with that, and that's like essentially in most metal bands they almost always play in a drop tuning. Very seldom. Now my band, Omen Skye, Josh, thank you so much for allowing me to demonstrate.
That was perfect.
I haven't been a guitarist in some time, so it feels odd having one in my hand. But dude, I have a lot of guitars. I have 2 drum sets. I have 2 PA systems. So I love music in every way, shape, or form. But you know, rock and metal is where.
So you're in the band.
Yes.
And you're playing the guitar.
Yes, and I love to write guitar riffs.
Okay, so you're not writing any lyrical music at this time?
No,
then.
Ryan, our drummer, he was the lyricist.
Okay.
For the most part. I would help out. And then eventually we hired Eric Lushke, you know Eric, to play bass, but we never could find a vocalist. So that back then in high school, finding somebody who could sing is tough. Finding somebody who could scream is not as tough because you're just kind of like, finding somebody who can do it well is difficult, but finding a screamer who's just willing to stand up there, not super hard, but we were very picky, and we never settled on anybody that we thought was right for our band. So Sierra Slade, the high school band, was like hard rock, barely tiptoeing into metal. We were like Avenged Sevenfold, Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle. Those were like our biggest influences. Even back then, I loved Shinedown. And Shinedown, it took a hard right turn into kind of radio rock, and that's okay. They are,
that's all right.
Seriously, dude, they have had like a #1 song on Billboard for like multiple times a year for many years because of this formula that they've gotten very good at. But that band never went anywhere. We played a lot of like basement shows, and our buddies would come over, mosh, and you know, we wrote probably like 7 or 8 unique songs, but that never went anywhere.
It just dissolves.
It dissolved
naturally.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, my bad. Ryan ended up going to college at UVA, I think, and then now he lives in Charleston. Still to this day, one of the best drummers I've ever played with. He learned from his dad, Dale, who unfortunately recently passed away. And I took that very hard, dude. He took us to a lot of my early shows growing up. Yeah, Mr. Dale was very cool. So ended up getting a little bit more into percussion. There was a short time where I was percussionist for like a ska band.
That's like drums?
Drums, yep.
Okay.
And then, so then I didn't play.
See, I didn't even know that you had the history of having been in bands. I knew you were super into music. I mean, anyone who knows you knows you're super into music, and not in a way that's like, oh, I like music, but like you're really into this.
Yes, so I eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dude. I try and consume as much as possible, like the subgenre thing. I know what bands fall under what genres. I've seen...
Because there's a million,
Yeah, I've seen probably over 300 different performances.
Yeah, name a band, I've seen it. That's where you're at.
Right, so I've seen 47 performances this year alone, which is crazy.
And it's January 15th, by the way.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and I'm into all genres, dude. I love, I just saw one of the best blues guitarists out there. Obviously rock and metal. My girl comes from a theater background. We've gone up to...
That's fun.
Yeah, we've gone up to Broadway like 4 or 5 times to see performances.
I still haven't hit a Broadway. I want to so bad.
It's cool, man.
I heard.
Yeah.
And I would love it, I'm sure.
Orchestral performances, stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I'm into all different kinds of music all over the map.
So from before the last time you were in a band prior to Omen Skye, it's been how long?
Many years.
Okay.
Like a serious project.
Right. So it's always in your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember. So now we're getting into like the 4 or 5 years where I unfortunately slipped into addiction.
You what? Get out.
Yeah.
Terrible,
Terrible,
not
terrible,
fuck around
terrible.
with stuff like that around here.
Seriously, dude, it was no bueno. But it gave me the opportunity to get that rock star lifestyle out of my body before actually being in a band. And
Interesting.
Self-destructing.
Another blessing in disguise.
Seriously,
right?
yeah, I mean, dude, I could have very easily been that guy who's still trying to do music while
has a huge monkey on your back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that would just be a path to destruction. So I got that out of my system and very happy. But there were times where I would like be with my buddies and basically in tears, like, I don't want to live this lifestyle anymore. I want to make music. It's what I love to do. It's what I've always felt like I need to do.
So you've had that in you even then.
Yes.
You knew.
We'd stay up all night jamming and just doing dumb shit, drinking
Blow.
and doing blow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just feeling like I have all this wasted potential. I need to find a project. And lo and behold, my drummer, who, you know, we're like, he was essentially the guy that brought us all together. Met at a show while him and I were both in like the full swing of addiction. He was, you know, heavier into drinking and I was like heavier into cocaine and stuff like that.
Heard of it?
Smells
Not me
good.
personally, but a guy knows told
Right.
me about it. Yeah.
Right. So I met him at a show. Me and him are both going through it, and
Don't know each other.
not at all.
Okay.
I was at the show by myself,
I was gonna ask.
and he was at the show by himself, and we just hit it off.
Another
and
cool thing about concerts, just a
brings
real quick
people
sidebar,
together.
you can go by yourself.
100%.
It's just one of these things where you're enjoying the thing.
Yes, especially metal music, dude. It's tough. It's always been tough for me to find friends to come with me because it can be in a very abrasive genre, right?
Right, and it's unique, and
It's
people
unique.
who haven't
It's
been
attacking.
don't-
It can be very aggressive unless you like really understand the ins and outs of it. But I met him, Dylan Thatcher, my good buddy, my drummer.
Shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan. He got sober 3 months, 4 months ahead of me, and then I decided to give it a shot. And he approached me. He's like, "Hey man, my buddy Josh just moved back from 10 years in Alaska, and he's a very good guitarist. And we got my buddy Alan who wants to play bass. We're thinking of like forming a band." And I was like, "Cool."
Does he know you play guitar at this time?
So I've hinted at it,
Okay.
like, you know, and I could play percussion, so I was like, maybe I could do that. And but he's like, "No, I'm a drummer, so I'm gonna be drumming." And Josh is a really talented guitarist. What we really need is a vocalist. And I'm like, shit. I was like, well, I could play.
Had you thought about this before?
I've thought about it. There's like a couple times I've been
I'm
in
sure
the
you
car.
got to think about every position at some point. Yeah.
Right. And I never thought it could be me, even to this day. So recently, maybe within the last 8 or 9 months, I started taking voice lessons, and I do not feel like a vocalist, dude. Like an actual like clean vocalist. It's very hard for me. I get super nervous. I feel like I'm just failing the whole time.
Yeah.
My teacher, she's like, "Am I making you nervous?" I'm like, "No, I feel like I suck."
Right.
So I'm sitting there,
Like,
just
it's
like
not
my
you.
thumbs.
It's that I hate myself.
Right. I'm like squeezing my hands together, trying to sing.
That's
and,
great
and
that you got to cut like someone to.
She's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's great.
Yes. Carol, the Voice Within studio in North Baltimore. She's fantastic. It's been a while since I've seen her. I need to get back in there. But yeah, man, I never thought in any capacity I could be a vocalist.
So, but he brings it to you, says we need a vocalist.
He puts it on the table, and I'm like, give me 2 weeks. I'm going to practice, and I'll audition for you guys, and we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
So I practice in the comfort and safety of my car, and I'm playing.
And did they have? So the other band is pretty much made. Like all
Pretty
the other
much.
members, they're
This is Omen Skye before it had a name.
got it.
There were 2 songs that they had demoed. And
Okay, so they were playing music.
yes, one was Light Bearer's Oath, the very song that you're wearing the T-shirt representing. The other one was our song Ritual. That's both of them are on our EP Mortals. It came out in 2024. And
But you can
hear
find anywhere music is streaming.
Right,
Go
Spotify,
download them shits.
Apple Music, YouTube, whatever the fuck. And I hear these are just demos at this point. And like we were talking about earlier, when somebody's going to show you a local band playing something,
Yeah.
you're prepared for like
Yeah.
ass.
How do I tell them
Quality.
that it's decent, but
Right.
like how do I not break their heart? Yeah.
You try to
Before
be
you even
nice.
hear it, like you said, you're planning on how do I say this?
Mentally preparing to like, let them down easy,
Yeah.
so to speak. And yeah, man, I heard these 2 demos and I was like, these guys are fucking awesome. Like I don't have any background when it comes to like today's audio
Sure.
editing and stuff like how you do for the show. Yeah. We
I don't either.
Josh used Studio One. He
Was there
chopped everything together.
lyrics in it, or is it just
There wasn't. So
Okay,
Light
got it.
Bearer's Oath, and most of our songs, I write the screaming parts, and Josh writes the beautiful, clean.
right? But when they
choruses.
but when they give you the demo though, there's no voice on it.
No.
Got it.
So I didn't even practice screaming to that. I practiced screaming to Laid to Rest, Lamb of God. Wore the shirt today because that was like the band that got me into like music where I wanted to listen to the screaming. Before I was like, this is too much.
Right.
You know, I liked like Chevelle, Breaking Benjamin, where like maybe one line.
Yes, very very reserved. on the
Exactly.
screen.
Like one line just to like emotion to punch one
Uh-huh.
part in. And then Randy Blythe, Lamb of God, I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick. Ashes of the Wake, this is the 20-year anniversary tour. This is like the cover of the
20
album.
year, God
20 year, 2004. So this shirt's from 2 years ago. Randy Blythe really inspired me to give screaming a shot. So I said I was going to audition with Laid to Rest, and I practiced in my car. I still have the video that nobody's seen.
When we'll post right here. When they ask you to do the vocals,
Yep.
are they asking for a screamer? Like,
Yes.
you know what they're looking for.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're saying Josh can sing.
Got it.
And I'm like,
We already
oh,
have
fuck
this.
yeah. Because in Sierra Slate, how difficult it was to find a singer, period.
Right.
And now we're going to have the opportunity to have me screaming and Josh who can sing. And I hadn't even heard him sing yet, dude. Josh has been singing now for 16, 17 years. Beautiful voice. He's like a baritone tenor. He has crazy range, awesome vibrato. He's a great lyricist, composer, and singer, vocalist.
Right.
He's fantastic. He is the creative driving force behind our project. And I was so
Sick.
nervous to
Shout out
go
to
in there,
Josh.
dude. Dude, Josh is the man. I can't say enough good stuff about my guys. They gave me a shot. I walked in there. The video that I have of Laid to Rest, dude, I'm butchering the words because up until this point, I am the metal listener who's listening to drums, guitar,
I see.
the bass tone.
I see.
And I know that they're
because
screaming.
you come from like the musicality.
Yes.
You're paying attention to the music.
Yes, I'm not listening to the words.
Yeah.
And my buddy Brian, when he was getting his wife, now ex-wife, into metal, she's like, they're just yelling. How do you get into it? And he's like, eventually you train your ear to get past it. And now it's hard for me to listen to music that doesn't have the screaming vocals. It's
Yeah.
crazy how your brain flips like that. So I go in there, I get through Laid to Rest. My voice is thrashed after one song.
Sure.
The attempt at one song. And they were like huddled up. And they're talking. I'm like, oh, dude, they're trying to do the thing where they're gonna let me down easy, and I'm fucking sitting there. I'm like, well, I gave it my best.
You're like,
shot,
you guys
right?
can just say it. It's fine.
Yeah, because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I know I'm not a vocalist, but I
Right.
also know I'm not the caliber of guitar player that Josh is. Right.
Right.
So I'm trying to find a way to fit in
And
with
good
these
on
guys.
you for even being like, yeah, let me take a swing at this.
Yeah. So same thing with like we got close when I was a barber. That didn't come easily to me.
Right.
There's a lot of your audience is probably right here in Pasadena. Sorry if I ever fucked up your hair. I was learning.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and giving me a shot. So these guys gave me a shot and they were like, dude, honestly, that was pretty great for your first attempt ever.
Right.
We see that you have the like tenacity to learn and you have a lot of room to grow, and we think that you will be able to improve if we give you a shot. Do you want the job? And I was like, fuck yes.
That's sick.
Yeah, dude, they took a shot on me. 3.5 years in,
That's sick.
I learned something new every day. I get a little bit better. My endurance has fucking, now I can do like a 45-minute set. And my voice, I can
Because
hop
that's what
off
people
stage.
don't get too, right? It's like like even with the lessons and stuff and
Yes.
stuff that you learn.
Yes.
You may be able to scream phenomenally, but
One song.
can you continue to do that? Can you scream phenomenally and then hit a different
Yep.
note in
Yep.
that same song later?
Yes.
So there's like lots of nuance there that people don't get.
Yes.
People could think it's easy to do, and it's like, man, it's just not.
It's so there's a lot, and we were talking about it before because you had somebody on here that was they were showing you how to do gutturals.
Teaching gutturals a little bit,
Right,
like a
so-
little quick cheat sheet kind of.
Gutturals is like it feels like you're opening your throat, but really, because I know this from Carol, you're closing it and you're opening your larynx and it's allowing for a wide sound. It sounds wide. And to do it
Sounds
live,
wide. That's
you have to think it's vibration, right?
Right.
So the tighter the vibration, like the higher pitch it's going to sound,
More
and
fry-y?
then more fry. So you got your fry scream that we were talking about earlier. That's your high pitch. Yeah. It's going to be up here.
That's like fry scream.
Fry scream.
And then the very bottom is guttural.
Guttural.
Just
right.
so we
and
know,
then
that's where the scale is there.
In the middle is your false chord. That's my bread and butter.
False chord?
False chord.
Got
Yep.
it.
So fry scream takes very little air. A lot of times when you do it live, so you don't blow your voice out, you just bring the mic in close and you go, yow, and you can save your voice. Gutturals, it's very similar, but you're using a lot more air.
Fuck, you can whisper scream and it's fine?
Yeah, essentially.
Really?
So you don't want to always do that whisper scream. You do it when it's appropriate.
Okay.
Now, my highs, when I'm really belting it live, I'm fucking putting a ton of air into it, and sometimes it does feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Gutturals, a lot of people will clown on you for cupping the mic, but a true proper form of how a lot of people do gutturals, not everyone, is to cup the mic, bring it in closely, and it makes that sound more like wide, and you're doing it from down here in your throat and opening your larynx.
Why
And
do
I'm
people
not very
hate
good
on
at
the
it.
cupping?
Just because they feel like it's a crutch.
Got it, yeah.
You're not really making the sound.
Got it.
It's like more low, and it's creating resonance here.
Right.
You know, it's not really your voice. And then your false chord is essentially your speaking voice with distortion. So like that's your mid-range. That's where I live. That's what like Randy Blythe does. The majority of metal vocalists, Mitch Lucker, his bread and butter, Suicide Silence, he was very good at doing the fry scream. And honestly, every single one of our live performances is different. If my false chord starts to go, I will hide in the fry scream for the entire remainder of the performance.
Right.
If my high register starts
You
to go,
have to make audibles like that.
you have to make audibles,
Yeah.
and these are the things that the average musician or metal lover doesn't realize. They'll be like, man, I feel like they were better last time.
Right.
And it's like, dude, they
You
might
know
have
how
just
much shit is going on within each
Yes.
person, within each song, within each moment?
It's crazy to me that people don't realize. Like, dude, they might have just gotten off a tour bus. They might have traveled for 10 hours to be
Right,
there after
right.
playing 8 shows in a row. You got to give
Set
musicians
their own shit up. They did this. They
Yes.
did, I mean, yeah, it's like fucking a lot.
Yes, so you got to give musicians a lot of grace. Like, they're bringing something to you, live music, that in this day and age is unfortunately dwindling.
Right.
It's going away. And I hate to see it. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
You hear about Blue Dot Fever on Ticketmaster. These are all the people not buying seats because they're waiting until the end to try and get a cheap ticket, and then a tour gets canceled. So, like, support your local musicians. This is the pipeline to get people to that, like, next stage.
Right.
Our management group, Mikey and Fight From Within, they've played Incarceration, they've played Sonic Temple, they've played Louder Than Life, these
Right.
big festivals on smaller support stages. You're not going to have any big level musicians if you're not going and supporting them when they're just starting out.
They won't make
right?
it that far.
They won't make it that far. So you got to support your local guys. There's so many moving parts, like you said, so you got to give people a little bit of grace. People always ask me, like, doesn't your voice hurt after performing? And I'm like, you know what hurts my voice? Talking to you motherfuckers after a show. Because it's so loud in a bar or a club. And everyone's like, great set, dude. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And I'm trying to talk to, like, my 30 friends that have come. And I just want people to realize that, like, when somebody just stepped off stage or is about to go on, don't be texting me, like, an hour before I go on, like, hey, what's the parking situation?
Oh, God.
I'm like, brother.
I've heard that from like comics, too.
Yes.
They'll give someone free tickets,
Yes,
right? And it's
yes.
like, be grateful for the free tickets.
Yes.
Then they're like, hey, where do I park? It's like
Yeah.
they're about to go on stage in 30 minutes in
Right.
front of a
That's
giant
crazy.
set.
That's
People are talking about
crazy.
logistics.
Yes.
Hey, mind if my aunt comes? Like, bro, dude,
Yeah.
take the fucking ticket.
Dude, it happens. I'm not calling anybody out, but there's a lot we have going on mentally.
Right.
We're making sure, like,
People
our-
can't step outside themselves sometimes. yeah.
Correct. And that's not their own
Understandable.
fault. It's a lot
But if
of,
you're listening,
sure.
be mindful.
Be
There are
mindful,
vocalists
friends.
that won't talk.
Yeah.
They won't use their fucking voice. And
Yes.
like, you know, a lot of people don't understand.
Right.
Why aren't you fucking I'm a person. It's
Yeah.
like I got a show to do. dog.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not a person.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a robot. I'm a fucking I got shit to do.
Yeah.
The vocalist of Tala, he wears like a necklace that says like I'm saving my voice for the show. Please
sick.
respect my
Smart.
boundaries or
Yeah.
whatever.
I would
fuck
wear
it.
a name tag too.
Yeah,
You know, at a
yeah,
certain
like,
point.
you're
gonna get one of
I'm
those
not an
now.
asshole.
Yeah.
Your
Well, I
voice
am.
is gonna have one now. It's not the vocalist.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So,
No, I'm a
Saving my
vocalist.
voice for
I'm a
something
vocalist.
other than you.
Correct.
Just for my car, you know.
Yes. Yeah, dude. So just like respect musicians or comedians.
Yeah.
If they're trying to get you to come out to a show,
A
don't
performer.
be.
Yeah.
They're a performer. They have a lot going on up here. Like I'm worried. Like 5 minutes before I go on, do I fucking know the words that I wrote to
Yeah.
this song? Do I like? Is my voice going to be able to handle this
million different
40-minute
things.
set?
Do I have to shit?
Yeah.
Regular human stuff.
Correct.
My girl's mad at me.
yes.
I mean, fucking name it.
Yes. Right before coming on this show, there's a tornado about to hit. I'm
Yeah.
worried. Did I bring my dog in from outside
Right,
like before I
right.
left to come do this fucking podcast? Like we have a lot going on in our heads, so like try and remember that and you know a little bit of grace to the musicians. That's all.
So when you get in the band,
Yeah.
let's go back. You get in Omen Skye. Do you start writing songs then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Light Bearers Oath.
And
that
are
was
they
like our-
asking you to write?
So
Or
kind
some of them writing?
God, man, it's been 3.5 years. It's tough for me to honestly remember, but yes, like they're
Right.
like, come up with some stuff. The way that I write is very on the beat, very syncopated. So if you
So
listen,
you got the music first, and then you're writing to the music.
yes, that's
Okay.
almost always what happens. It's very seldom. There's a song that I wrote about overcoming addiction that has not been released. There's really no music written for it yet, called "Reclaim My Name."
So
There's
that
no
one,
music.
That one, the lyrics came first, but mostly
Yes,
they don't.
Mostly, it's almost always Josh writes a badass riff, and then I try to write to it.
Got it.
Yep.
Now, do you listen to that riff and see what it's making you feel, or do you got something like, I have some shit I want to talk about on this already?
Sometimes
Somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I feel like I have an idea what I want to talk about, or like Dom will come at me with like a, this is what I want this song to be about, and he's a big part of the creative process too. He'll give me like a prompt, and then I fulfill it.
A prompt like what? What do you mean? Not even an
like
exact,
a
but what do you
feeling
mean?
or emotion.
okay.
Like
This is kinda trying to
like
go for-
like dissension is about like this kind of schism in the world, like the people in power trying to get us to hate each other, even though we don't.
They
and
wouldn't.
shouldn't.
They wouldn't do something like that.
No.
Nick, what the fuck is
Right.
the matter with you?
Right.
Yeah. So you'll write the songs, and then when you guys performed for the first time with your vocals, I guess you're not doing that live. That's done in a studio somewhere.
Like
When they're like when you guys first play a song, or like so you get into the band.
yes.
From there, then what? Like, do you go?
We workshop the song. So
Okay.
I come in with lyrics. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't, and we see how it flows. But almost always, nobody turns down my lyrics. Somebody might say, like, this line sounds corny, let's change it.
Right.
And I'm very open to that.
Sure, it's good. Creative process. I mean, especially if you trust the guys.
Yes. Oh, dude, I
You
could
know?
not have asked to be in a better group of guys. Everyone contributes. Everyone has their own thing that they are exceptionally good at. Dom is like behind the scenes. He does all of our demos. He makes sure, like, backing tracks live. He just purchased our stage lights. That was like $4,000. Dylan's the one that brought us all together.
You gotta
He's
buy your own
logistics.
stage lights. For some reason, I was thinking the stage lights came with the stage.
Sometimes, but we have our own, like, very professional, like, light show that is
sick.
timed to all of our songs.
Oh, fire.
Yep, Dylan does all of our logistics. Josh is the creative force behind the band. I'm like lyrics, and I talk to people.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
bro,
so
you-
important because
Yes,
to be
networking.
brought on tour, dude, literally, it's the same thing with this. You got to be cool in a room.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
literally.
That's the
and
thing
you are.
about you. You
Yep.
are extremely gregarious. You always
That's
have
gonna
been.
fucking
Try to be. Try to
so
be.
good for you.
You always have been. I mean, like,
But
you,
it sucks
you,
to be the guy that's not supposed to be talking to save your voice, and you're the one who has
God.
to go out and talk to everybody. It's a tough
Yeah,
thing to have to
that's
do.
true.
It's very
It's a-
paradoxical.
It is a bummer that
Yep.
the guy who is not the drummer who does the but
Right.
you're naturally so good at speaking and
Try
you're
to be. It's
naturally
the Italian
gregarious.
blood. Yeah, my mother. I mean, she instilled it in me. Like, yeah, us Italians, we can't. shut
The
fuck up.
writing. One thing I'll say that people who don't listen to screamo or new metal or metalcore or whatever,
Yep.
it's poetry.
It
Like
is.
what people don't get is like some of these lyrics are so, not to get gay, but they're so beautiful.
Yes.
And they make you feel, some of them, like, I'm almost always transformed back into like a 15-year-old with angst.
Yeah.
Like about the world.
100%.
You know,
dude.
and it's like we all have that.
Yes.
And it just feels like it gives a voice to that part of me.
Absolutely.
that still needs that voice.
That's the whole thing, man. Like, we're writing from what we've been through as humans. Josh wrote our recent single we released, Further.
Yeah, it's a new one, right?
Yeah, dude. That one is more like he wrote his own horror film. It's very fucking cool. It's very different from anything else we've ever done. That motherfucker wrote it in such an odd cadence. He wrote it kind of like how a Swedish metal band like Meshuggah or like Humanity's Last Breath, it's very like an open stanza poem. It was very difficult for me to learn the cadence. It took me about 6 or 7 months.
Because it's abnormal.
It's not on the beat.
Right.
Like how I explained, my idea of songwriting is very syncopated. He writes this very odd style, and it took me a long time to learn it. But in being in a band, you have to be willing to compromise, and I'm not just going to be like, oh, I don't like the way this sounds or the way this flows. I fucking learned it for him, dude. Like,
right.
he wrote it, and it was good. It wasn't not good by any means, and I'm like, dude, this is cool. It's very different than what I would bring to the table, and therefore I will learn it exactly the way he intended.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that I noticed too, like when they're saying, write shorter songs, right?
Yeah.
Our attention spans are dog shit. Everyone's. That's just how it is, right? And
Yes.
I will say that there's like certain artists. Do you know Prof Grampo?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, he's not a rock guy. He's a rap guy. He's a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I know him from his music on Instagram.
Okay.
So there's something interesting about, and so like I'm just trying to think for you guys, rather than write a song that is shorter,
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple people I follow that are really good at making a short Instagram video
Yes.
of the music.
That's the thing. You
There's
wanna
something
grab
really
attention.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that you started to do that
Yep.
in some really cool ways. And it's like, it sucks that you even have to know about social media, but the way you guys are doing some of that stuff, it makes sense. And I'll just say that, yes, a lot of people learn about music now
Yep.
from Instagram.
They
The guy
sure do.
Prof Grandpa, I learned about him through Instagram. There's certain people where it's like, I might not even subscribe yet.
Right.
But I'm listening to their stuff, and then once I get enough, I'll go, oh, you know what?
Yes.
This is the
you
real artist.
You have to grab attention more than one time. The average person, they might see you and be like, oh, I like that, and move on. If they see you a second time, a third time, our management umbrella makes us post 2 Facebook reels a day, and that is the worst thing about the music industry today, but it's a reality of it, dude.
Just Facebook?
You have to be content creators. There's a funny like meme that's going around right now that's like, you show up to band practice and it's all the guys with their instruments, and it's like, but it's content day, and it's like you're not even going to be working on your music. You're going to be filming silly little bullshit.
Yeah,
so,
everything but music.
Yeah, so Dylan and we have different people in the band that contribute on different days, but on any given week, I need at least 7 to 10 per person memes that I'm going to upload and schedule throughout the week, and it's to keep us boosted in the algorithm.
On Facebook specifically?
Facebook specifically, because it's the easiest to retain your audience.
Got it.
More people are going to see you on Instagram. A lot of those views I've paid for advertising. It's very expensive. The month of March, I spent $2,300 alone.
And on Instagram?
On Instagram.
Well, obviously, you must believe in the ROI there.
Yes, 100%. We got 5,000.
Right.
We were at like 700 followers. Now we're at like 5,100 or just over. So it worked.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's like there's a difference between paying for advertisements, right? Because like someone could look at that as like, oh, you're buying followers, right?
Not
but you're
necessarily.
not.
They're real people. And I can attest to it.
Because you can buy followers. That's a separate thing.
That's,
but what you're talking about is organic.
It's organic.
And you're not buying them to subscribe.
Right.
You're buying so they could see it.
Yes.
And then if they like it,
yes,
they can subscribe. It's
right.
like you have something that you believe in.
Yep.
And you believe to be good.
Yes.
But if no one looks at it, how the fuck do they know if it's good?
Correct.
So you're not you're not going, hey, go over there and say this is good.
Right.
You're just going,
yes.
All you're doing is paying to show them.
Here it is. Do you like it or not?
And then it's up to them what they do after that.
It seems to be working for us.
Yeah.
It
Well, you
really
guys-
does.
We're in such a weird spot. Like back in the day, there was nothing going on, right? So like if you were the Beatles, all you had to do was get your fucking shit in front of people's faces, which was the hardest part.
Yes.
Because he was just touring and all that shit. Now it's like you can get in front of everyone. And so can your neighbor.
Yeah.
So now it's like you almost have to fucking gimmick yourself into something so different from everything else.
Yes.
It sucks. It's not even like a real
sucks.
music industry.
I don't want to be
That's
a
the
gimmick
algorithm.
man.
It just
Because-
sucks.
yeah,
Like he
right.
can't just write music and expect to
Nope.
fucking do
Yeah, dude.
shit.
Nope.
He has to
I
put
do
clown
not-
makeup
Yes.
on and do this fucking. You know what I mean?
There
Like,
are
Yes,
so
learn how
many
to
really,
juggle
I'm
on a
telling you,
unicycle.
it sucks.
I know.
Yeah, we don't want to have to resort to gimmicks. A lot of people do. We're silly in the stuff that we post, so people know. Because a lot of metal bands, you think that they're like these hard, tough people. We want to see
That's
that.
so annoying.
It is. So we try
We
to
talk about
It's
how
so
annoying that
annoying,
is,
be
dude.
very dynamic with that as well.
Fuck.
We try to be
You're
funny.
people.
We try to be.
Yeah.
We try to be like, okay, here we are in this, very cinematic setting. So you have to be very diverse in this way.
Well,
but
you
it
guys
sucks.
seem to be yourself, which
Yes.
is good because that's the thing about the gimmicks where they get weird.
Yes.
If you're so opposite of what you are and who you are,
100%.
But from just having awareness and going, hey, we're people.
Right.
It's like those
Right.
guys, the guys who can only write in the how they every time you write a death metal name, it has to look scratchy.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
no,
it's just like
that's why we didn't.
every single time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just like
so metalcore. We're lucky we don't always have the scrambled letters. We're just like legible. Fonts.
Yeah. God forbid it's legible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When you guys were practicing, when you go to do your first show,
Yes. Okay.
I want to know about that.
Okay. So first show, nerves were at an all-time
When you're
high.
practicing, so
Yes.
let me back up just one more second.
I know. I see
When
what
you
you're
guys
saying.
are practicing,
Yes.
is it feeling like fuck yeah, we're on to something?
Yes, 100%. Dude,
Right.
we click and gel. I don't know if you've heard Cry the White Lie. That was
Yeah.
our, not the last single we released, but the one just before that. Dude, that one's almost at like 7,000 streams. For a band like us where it took us 8, 9, 10 months to hit 1,000.
Right, brick by brick.
Dude, we hit 6,000 in like a month and a half or some shit,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Incredible.
When I demoed that song, so I had the idea when we first started 3.5 years ago. We were coming up with band names, and I was like coming up with things that I thought sounded clever. I had like Crucify the Lie, stuff like that, and it didn't necessarily work. It didn't stick. So I kept them as like song names, and I had that one. I thought that sounded super cool. And then Josh hit me with this guitar riff, and it had this dun 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 dun, dun. And I'm like, Crucify the Lie. I'm like, that doesn't fucking work. I'm like, what? How could I change it to make it fit this song? And then I can create a whole song, lyrical composition around it. And then I was like, what about Cry the White Lie? And it hit on the beat because that's, like I
Right,
said, that's how
right.
I write. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. And it sounds like it could mean something, but what the fuck does it mean? Cry the White Lie. And every time I explain this story, I think about the the Will Ferrell soundbite. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
people going.
So yeah, it gets people going. So I created this whole idea that Cry the White Lie is like crying out against all these little white lies you tell yourself, the people in power tell you. You might hear it from your spouse or your significant other, your best friend. They're feeding you these little white lies to kind of maintain the status quo. But at what point do you say this shit is too much?
Right.
Like, how much of this can I take and still be myself? You
Right.
know what I mean? So I created around that. And when I came to them with these lyrics, the first time we ever played it, it became a song, no lie, in like 40 minutes.
When you say it became a song, what do
Yep.
you mean?
So it's just a riff that Josh
Got
wrote,
it.
right?
It went
It's a
from
guitar riff.
Got it.
And then we all sat down. Dylan maps out his drum part. Dom writes his bass parts. Brian at the time was our lead guitarist. He comes up with a lead rhythm and kind of,
And
I'll
as
be
the
back.
vocalist, what do you do while they're like getting that shit together?
So this is something me and Liz, my girlfriend, will try and write music that's not necessarily metal. That's not her thing. So
Right.
we'll try and demo stuff together. She is afraid to just sound silly. So that is one thing as a vocalist. I don't know if that's your creative process, but me, I just say fucking bullshit. So while Josh is, playing the riff or he's playing the chorus, Cry the White Lie, I'm literally just making noise in the
Got
microphone.
it.
I'm going, da, rah, da, rah, and I'm seeing how the cadence of the song will flow. And I map it out like it's fucking Morse code.
Which is noise, yeah.
It's noise. So that way I have
That's
like a very
interesting, yeah.
caveman understanding of how I want the song
Gotcha.
to hit syllabically.
Right.
Is that a word? It's like
It is now.
Yeah, syllabically. So
We're not
Boom.
smart enough to know.
right, it's on the beat, and then I fill in Kind of like you're playing, what's that fucking game where you fill in the words?
Ad-libs?
Ad
Mad-libs or whatever?
Mad-libs. So I Mad-lib the song. I create a framework that is literally just Morse code of me making
Grunts and
shit. And then I fill it in with actual words that make sense.
Right.
Sometimes.
And then so is that the first song you guys perform live?
The first song we ever performed live, well, let me think.
Light Bearer's Oath?
So Light Bearer's Oath was probably the
How
first
do you
song.
get your first show?
So,
I'm hitting you with 7 questions.
No,
at
dude, you're
once,
good.
But yeah,
So-
how do you go from here we're guys that we now call ourselves a band?
Yep.
And we're practicing.
Yes.
How do you go from that to getting anyone to let you play?
Yeah, it's a very daunting task, right? 'Cause
It's like 0 to 1.
Correct.
It's way different than 1 to 2.
So my guys had a lot of experience, right? Like,
They had been doing shit.
they've been doing it. Dylan and Dom the most. So Alan, that I mentioned way long ago, he was eventually replaced. He started his own business, I believe, and Dom filled in. He's our current bass player. Dom is the man. He used to be in a metal band out of PG County, Louder Than Quiet. He's worked with like Johnny Craig and some pretty big name musicians and stuff, right? Dance Gavin Dance,
Criminal,
Omarosa,
but, he's cool.
Slaves. And Dylan used to be in the band Silent on 5th Street, and they were like pretty big back in the day. So they have connects,
So
right?
yeah.
Down in the Southern Maryland area, dude, how far is Southern Maryland? How far is Calvert County from Baltimore City? Like 2 hours, right? So they can't be always driving up to Baltimore City for shows. So they started their own metal community down there that we're very lucky to be a part of. Like, whenever I step on stage, I always say, we're Omen Skye from Southern Maryland. I live in Baltimore City, but that's where my guys are from.
Got it.
And that's where we practice, and that's where we were born.
So there's a community there.
There's a badass community, dude.
And then so you guys are tapped in.
We're tapped in. They gave us a shot. We went on as like an opener. Our first show.
So there's a venue. They're having a metal show.
Dive bars, man.
And they give you a shot.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty packed out for a
Right.
dive bar. Gave us a shot. We did very well.
Nice.
Our second show ever.
So hold on. Go to the first.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the first for a second.
Gotcha.
How did it feel for you?
So I always
Because
explain
that
this.
becomes real kind of at that
It
point,
becomes
right?
real very quick.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that are interested in doing music, and they get this idea that they want to step on stage, and then the moment it becomes real, it's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
Like
and lights get bright.
yeah, dude, like you doing stand-up comedy, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you like all of a sudden there's a moment, and sometimes still to this day, we'll be in a lull of like a little bit of a slower part of one of our songs, and I'm like, what am I doing up here? I have, like Louis C.K. says, he's like, I have no reason to be up here talking to you people.
Like imposter syndrome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially because I'm a guitarist or percussionist first, and now I'm pretending to be a vocalist in front of all these people, and it's
Pretending's hilarious.
It's showtime, dude.
Yeah.
Total imposter syndrome. So I felt like very much like I don't belong up here.
Okay. Did it feel like? Did you guys just do a song?
No, we did a whole set.
Okay.
We did 4 or 5 songs. I can't
Was
remember.
it clunky?
Honestly, dude, it was
Wow.
awesome. I have a lot of it on
Wow.
video. Dom thrives off pressure. Dylan is very good under pressure. Josh, he doesn't have as much stage presence because he has to stay planted to sing.
Right.
So he doesn't have as much on his shoulders to like, I have to wow the audience in a theatrical way. He's about the performance.
I think that, and again, I haven't seen you live yet.
Right.
I would assume that you have enough stage presence for everyone in the band.
So I try to. Honestly, dude, Dom is the man. Like Dom is a quiet, he is the strong, silent type to a T. Get that man on stage, he'll rip his shirt off. He goes out into the audience. We all play wireless now, thanks to him. He's out there in the audience, in the mosh pit, playing the bass. He'll stand up on a table. He'll walk across the bar, and people are like, what is this guy doing? He's a madman. Catch him in a regular room, he might just sit there as the silent observer. But as soon as his feet touch that stage, dude,
time to go.
He loses his mind.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Dylan beats the piss out of the drums. He's a very
So that's
hard
good, 'cause
player.
then it doesn't feel like it's all up to you. The stage
Correct.
presence,
Yeah, it's evenly distributed. And again, like we were talking about saving my voice and whatnot, there are many bands. Like think about Randy Blythe, Lamb of God. The entire vocal performance is on him.
Right.
Not for me.
Yeah, that's nice.
Josh
That's
is
huge, yeah.
It's massive. Josh does all of the choruses for the most part. Like Dissension is all me, but most of our songs have a beautiful ambient chorus section that he sings, and I can catch my breath.
Right.
I can drink water.
Yeah.
I can walk away and turn my
Yeah.
back to the audience for a minute and just kind of recoup before I hop back in
I
there.
mean, to be fair, I can't think of very many bands right now that I listen to that have one solitary vocalist.
Right.
At this point, like, it's just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's fewer and far between. It, like we were talking about dynamics in a composition, like you have heavy parts and light parts. We do that not only in our vocals, my harsh vocals, his beautiful clean vocals. We do it in our songwriting style. I'm writing the harsh parts for the most part. He wrote Mirage, he wrote Further. Cry the White Lie, I wrote the entire heavy section and came up with the idea of Cry the White Lie and what it means. He wrote that chorus. So it's almost like two different people telling a story from two different points of view. And it makes it like a really cool hidden element to our songs, because I might be talking about something slightly different than him.
Yes.
It's
and
cool.
It is cool. And because it's like, this is not a but, it's an and, right? So
Right.
in addition to that, it's like you're two separate people telling separate stories, but there's enough cohesion
Yes.
that it doesn't sound like two separate songs that you're trying to fucking match.
Right. So it's a weird way to explain it. I don't know if you guys ever were nerds and played like any of the Final Fantasy games growing up. Final
We're
Fantasy,
definitely nerds, but I don't know if we played the game.
I haven't played
not
many
that much of a
Fantasy
nerd. I got a fucking
You're
Lord of
like-
the Rings leg sleeve, so I'm a massive
no,
nerd.
I mean, I think I'm on that level, just different.
Got
Do you know what
different
EverQuest
nerd
is?
status. What
It's
is
not-
it?
Do you know what EverQuest is?
That sounds super familiar.
See,
I feel like I
different
can
types of
see
nerds.
I can see the cover of it. It's like some elf guy.
It's World of Warcraft before World of Warcraft.
Yes, I remember EverQuest. I
Okay.
do. I remember going to
No
fuck.
shit,
I was
dude.
a Games Workshop
you remember
kid,
it,
too.
that's
So I
crazy.
played tabletop games and everything.
Okay.
I had a fucking
Warhammer
Space
and
Marine
shit?
army.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
You can ask Eric when you see him. Ask him what's up with the Warriors of Zion. But yeah, man. So
That was almost the band name.
it would have been a good one. But Final Fantasy VIII is one story that's told from the perspective of two different protagonists. So you'll go to sleep as Squall, and you'll wake up as Leon. And we try to do that in our songs. So we're telling the same story, but like, say chapter 1 ends and chapter 2 now is written by Josh, and it's two different people living the same experience, but it's told from two different perspectives. And I think in our music that is super cool. Most of the time you're trying to get lyrical cohesion, but I don't even know if it's that apparent to the listener. But if you go through and listen to our stuff, you might see that we're writing from like two very different perspectives. I will give you an example. Everlonging, which is one of my favorite songs to play live. For a long time it was our closer. We'd do a wall of death at the end. I wrote that song on a plane going to Morocco about and it sounds like I'm the one who got wronged. I'm the piece of shit in that song. It's about me and, you know, in the full swing of my addiction and really hurting somebody else, right? Josh's chorus is actually about like this story of unrequited love that he had with an entirely different person. So it's a similar story that we have to tell, but in the same song it comes out like like it might have been written by one of us, but it's two different things that
Two different experiences
Exactly.
completely.
I think that's a cool thing.
That is dope.
That
Let
is
me
dope.
ask you this. The first time you go on that stage, so
Yes.
the first time in the dive bar,
Uh-huh.
are you nervous?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I just had this conversation the other day with some buddies of mine that are trying to do a cover project, and they're talking about how nervous they're going to be to get up there for the first time. Within the first like 10 to 20 seconds, you're fucking nervous. It all falls away, dude. You get into flow state.
Once you start going.
Once you start.
That makes
because
sense.
it's a moving thing, right? So once the train is on the track and that motherfucker's moving.
I like the analogy there. It is a
Well,
moving thing.
It
How
is a
did you
moving
get
thing.
from like the first song that you blew your voice out basically performing to just get into the band to being able to do an entire show?
By doing it, right?
You know,
So,
like how the fuck?
yeah, I'm no like amazing fucking specimen, but I've been in the gym now for like 15 years, and people will always
You
be
work
like,
out?
from time to time. I'm actually about to work out right when we're done here, given that the tornado has ended.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, people will be like, "What's your secret?" I'm like, stop reading about it, stop watching videos, and fucking go. Just do,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get better.
Right.
So obviously, I watch a lot of videos. David Benitez, he's a wealth of knowledge. If you're ever interested
Who the fuck is he?
He's the vocalist and screamer for a band called Renaissance, spelled like RENANSES, like SAS, Renaissance.
I've seen this guy. Now
Yes,
that you say that
he
name.
had like really beautiful long curly hair, and now he has like some kind of mullet type thing. He's fucking amazing. Not only will he teach you how to scream, he will almost teach you how to mimic your favorite vocalist.
Wow.
Like Randy Blythe's thing is he over enunciates words. Like if if the word
I feel like normally
like,
it's under enunciating in a lot of them.
exactly, you
Right.
can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
So that's his thing. He over enunciates words, and that's like his calling card.
almost.
Thank you. Yeah. So he teaches you how to mimic if you want to sound more like your favorite vocalist, or if you want to at least evoke some of their style and put it into your own.
Right.
I started out sounding too much like Randy, and now I try to pick apart other vocalists that I love and add them to my style. And then I realized that I can do highs, which is awesome, because a lot of vocalists, especially screamers, are good at like one thing.
Right, I checked you.
We're gonna
you
put
got,
this
you
mic-
got you got an array.
Oh, my bad. Yep.
You've got an array of screams.
Yep.
That was my first question. Like,
Yes.
because he wasn't able to really answer the question. I was like, how diversified is his portfolio?
And,
if you
and it
will?
only gets better, but you have to be willing to push yourself out of said comfort zone. So in endurance, the only way to get better at doing it for longer is to do it longer, and you're going to get a little bit farther every time. Like if you're if you were training to do a 5K, but you want to do like a full marathon, right? So you run a mile, maybe
You
can't
don't
even
try
do
to
that.
run the full marathon.
You don't run the full thing.
My difference would be though, like you could just like overdo yourself on one scream to try to like make it
Yes.
more,
Yes.
and then like you fuck. Like there's no running comparison to like you're not
Sure.
gonna sprint for a fucking. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
that's my question. Like how do you like not? Because like the whole thing is passion, right? And making people feel shit. So
Yes.
like you are also feeling shit. So like
Yes.
to not go overboard too early
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
You
Because
look-
like I think I'm gonna go fucking full bore, and then it's like, well, I
Correct.
just blew my voice out in the first song.
So
Fuck.
that's a part of it too. So learning how long you can do it and your own limitations.
And pacing, like
Pacing.
you saying, like yeah.
And there-
because
there
like
are so
there's
many
all that
tricks.
passion and emotion involved. Like, cause are you feeling the emotion and passion?
God, you
Yes.
have to.
So-
yeah,
like-
I agree.
right?
Yeah,
I agree.
while I'm in here
you
and I'm
can't
trying
just
to
phone it in.
You can't.
You can,
cannot.
but you know. I
You would
feel
know.
like
I've seen a
quickly.
band phone it in.
Dude, so our very last performance, that we had some technical difficulties. We didn't have our normal sound guy, and I'm feeling like a fish out of water at the beginning of this set. People are kind of heckling. We're starting our set. This doesn't sound like a big deal. We try to be very professional.
They're
Our band-
heckling you.
a little bit. Not like
Go heckle a jazz guy, not
Right.
fucking
Yeah. Right.
Warhammer here on
Exactly.
stage.
Fucking Space Marine's gonna come
Yeah.
rip your face off. But no, he's like, I thought you guys were professional because we were starting 2 minutes late, right?
Thought wrong, dumbass.
Right. So, dude, we've just added this huge light show element to our show. We had to have a whole second circuit to make sure we didn't blow out
I
the
bet,
fucking
yeah.
breaker.
Shit,
So we
okay.
started 2 minutes late. People are like, throwing shade our way,
Which is
and,
crazy at
right?
2
So
minutes.
I'm starting to get like mad, and so when I'm singing. And my vocal instructor teaches you stuff like bracing. So when I'm holding the microphone, I'm like squeezing the microphone and I'm like flexing my whole upper body, and it's called like anchoring, so to speak. Now it's different for people that do regular clean vocals. You might hold the mic and you like kind of flare. It's kind of like you flare your lats out and you've become anchored in this position of power. That's how you can get stronger notes like belts.
Okay.
So when I'm doing it, I have different ways that I hold my body.
I've
to
never
get
even
the note out.
thought about the physicality of it.
Yes,
but
it's very. So Mitch Lucker, he throws his foot up on a
Mitch Lucker
riser.
from
Suicide Silence.
right.
He throws his foot up on a riser, and it splits the way the tension when you have to bear down. I did a full 3-day weekender run with a fucking hernia, and that was tough because I couldn't bear down without my insides feeling they were trying to come to be on the
Outside,
outside.
yeah.
Right. So I had to work around it. I would hold and I
Yo,
would bear
that's
down.
crazy.
It was tough.
Holding your organs in your body,
Doesn't
because that's
get
what a
any more
hernia. I mean,
metal.
hernias are gross. It's like you're literally holding your organs in.
It does not get any more metal than that.
Are you gonna say
It's like-
lifting your leg fucking helped it?
Yes, so
That's
lifting your leg.
amazing.
So certain notes when I'm trying to hit like the end of Signs or the very beginning of Further or the very beginning of Ritual, anybody who's heard these songs knows they're super long, extended fry screams. People will hear vocalists. The vocalist from Fit for a King, his name is evading me at this time, but there's a song there. It's something Kirby. Please look it up. Dude, he starts on this crazy long scream. He holds it for like 20-some seconds. Ryan Kirby. So
Shout out, Ryan.
once you start doing this style of vocals, you learn that those high-pitched screams require very little air. So it's a science in how you maintain it. Your false chord, it takes way more air. It's more of like a bark. So you have to be prepared. When I write lyrics out, also because of how it sounds and the emotion you're trying to evoke in the audience, I'll write like underline it and I'll put L for lows and then I'll put H for highs. So for example, our next song will be out August 28th. It's
Because you can do both.
You can.
Specifically.
I do both. So think about like this might be good because you come from more of like a hip hop rap background. Think about Biggie. In some of his songs, he sounds like a person who's having a conversation with himself.
Dude,
right?
give me the
And
loot.
Give Me the
dude.
Loot, I thought
was another
yeah.
goddamn person.
Thank
I
you.
was for a minute.
Yes.
A
Yeah.
minute. And I was like,
Yes.
I'm an
For
idiot.
way too long.
Yeah.
Way too
Same,
long.
same.
That's the best way to say it.
By the White Lie, I actually wrote to a rap beat. So sometimes I'll write to something that is not rock or metal to give me a different perspective. When you listen to Vanquish, when it comes out here in a few weeks, I do like a whole section of lows, and then it's like call and response. The response is high, so it almost sounds like two people talking to each other
Via screen.
Right, and
That's
the hard part is because Dom is like, dude, this one's really wordy, and I said, brother, I mapped this out perfectly so that when we do perform it live, I know exactly when to take a breath. Or my vocal instructor will teach you that. You put
You
like
have
a
to think
comma.
about so much.
You have to think about so much. This is where I'm going to take a breath. This is where I'm going to, like, I need to take a sharp inhale here. Here I can exhale for a minute to take a big, like a larger amount of air in.
Right.
Most of the time, you do not want to take big. You're talking about blowing your voice out.
Right.
You don't take big gulps of air.
Yeah, are you scared of blowing your voice out when you first start?
Sometimes I am, and there's a lot of tricks.
Dude.
Like,
Right, that's what I mean. Before learning the trick.
Yeah.
Our
so,
guy had been like 8 to 10 years deep. He blew his, you know what I mean? It's just,
Right.
you know, it can
Yeah.
happen to
Think
anyone.
about Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
Dude, he blew his voice out, and then everyone's clowning on that band because they essentially turned into like a pop metal band, and now he just put out the best deathcore performance of 2026. I never thought I would see the day, but it happened, and it's amazing.
What's it called?
It's
Is it a performance?
Count Your Blessings, Repented.
It's a live performance?
It's a re-recording. So you know how some bands will re-release an album and it's mixed a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah.
This is him and his boys. They re-recorded the whole thing. It came out in 2006, and now it's 2026. Please check out the year that Count Your Blessings came out. But they re-recorded it, dude. It is heavier than a fucking anvil. Like, you listen to this in the gym, and like, usually it's like you want something heavy to help you hit your PR. I have to like rack the weight and like stand there for a minute and just make like the absolute like stank face.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I'm a senior in high school at this time.
There you go. Was it 06?
06, October 30th. The
Gotcha.
day before Halloween.
That's
dude.
right before Halloween,
Right.
and now they're 20 years later, and they're showing that they can stand the test of time, and it just sounds like a more modern mix. It's exactly the same songs,
Right.
just kind of. So we have thrown around the idea of our Mortals EP that came out September 13th, 2024. We might do like a Mortals Reborn or
Right.
something like that,
Right.
because now we're putting as much money into one song getting mixed as we did the entire EP.
Makes sense.
Right. So there's a lot of stuff that
What
we've
is the
done.
release schedule? Like, what is your idea behind the release schedule? What have you released so far? What was the first thing you released was a song, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I can't even remember when that was, honestly.
I
That
mean, yeah,
was
but
Light Bearers
regardless.
Oath.
So it was one song,
Yep.
and then another song individually.
No. So we did
The 3-song EP or something.
it was
I don't even know what the EP.
EP stands for extended
Extended
play,
play,
and
Okay.
LP stands for
Longer.
Long playing record.
long playing record.
Are you
so
serious?
Stupid. Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Dude.
it's dumb.
Yep.
That
Yep.
is terrible.
Yeah. So EPs anymore are like, and our music, I mean, even having a 5-song EP, I think was like 25 minutes, which nowadays is like a fucking album.
Yeah.
But so I think we did Light Bearers Oath, which was a single one-off because we had to have something out there for people to listen to. Then we did the Mortals release, which was September of 2024. Then we released Dissension with this super long fucking intro that we thought was super cool, and nobody listens to it because we can see on our metrics, like 90% of people skip it because of the
cool how you can see all that.
Yes, the intro is like a minute and 40 seconds, and everyone's like,
"Oh, dude, I got
this
attention
song."
span," like you said.
Right. It's comes from the 2015 Baltimore riots, so we thought it would be super cool given the subject matter of the song. Nobody cares for that intro, so we're gonna re-release it with this EP on this EP cycle, but it's still out there for the world to listen to. And then the first song released on this EP cycle was Mirage, and we released it right before signing.
Is that the one with the music video?
Yes, that turned out awesome.
Yeah. But go onto YouTube, type in Mirage, Omen Skye,
Yes.
give that some views.
Yep, it's on our page. We have a Vivo account that it's on there. I'm pretty sure it's on Vimeo as well. Ian Bell shot and directed it. He is fantastic. If you live in this area and you need a music video, hit up Ian.
Shout out to Ian Bell.
Dude, Ian Bell is the man. He is so incredibly professional. He does like weddings and stuff too, but his
Was that your first music video?
Yeah. We shot one that never happened in my basement of my old house in Little Italy.
Never happened, meaning it got never released?
Never got released. A friend of Dylan's was going to do it for us, and all he asked for was he flew to us. He's from Ohio. We paid for him to see Knocked Loose while he was here.
Fire.
Yeah, and
That was payment.
That was payment, and then
We gotta get him hooked up. We gotta get him hooked up with Banga.
Yep.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah,
Dude,
we do.
Ian is the man. He is a musician. He's a guitarist. He's a singer. He's a drummer. He's a fantastic photographer and videographer. Like, look no further than Ian Bell.
Come fix this.
Yeah, dude.
Please.
Hit him up. He lives in like Arbutus area. But so unfortunately it fell through. He had a lot of life things, and you know, we didn't fault him for it. Everybody goes through this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get you guys the video, and we were very upset about it. It was for our song Signs, which is our biggest hit off Mortals. It is a sing-along. Everybody loves to sing it. Dude, you know how fucking cool it is. That song came out 2 years ago now. Every time we play it, the whole place knows the words.
Nick.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having any person sing along to
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Like, so, yeah, that's gotta feel
Dude.
so fucking... Brother, I would have a God complex. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't
And
tell...
you should, honestly, and to a degree.
To be
yeah.
fair,
To be
fair,
should.
Dom, our bassist, wrote that whole song. So Dom, he usually has one song
It's
per
still
album.
y'all song.
It's our song.
Yeah.
But I want to give him credit. For
Beautiful,
sure.
beautiful.
He's fantastic, dude. Like songwriting, he's our tech guy. He got us into the digital age. We all have wireless packs with in-ears. I don't know how anybody plays without in-ears anymore. Like,
To hear what you're sounding
yes,
like.
I can hear my own voice perfectly. That's how you don't blow your voice out, dude. Because before in-ears, you're just listening to your own voice in what's called a stage wedge, and it's directed at your face. So all the other speakers are faced towards the audience so they can hear you, and then all the stage wedges are faced towards you, and that's how you hear. That's how you go fucking deaf also. So I have my own voice.
Definitely.
Seriously, that was funny. Definitely. But
I didn't even mean to do that.
yeah, you're a comedian. It happens just naturally. But so, and each one of our mixes is tailored specifically to what we do in the band. My voice is louder in my ears than anyone else.
Right.
Dylan,
That makes sense.
Pretty much, our drummer has me turned off. He doesn't want to listen to me because if I fall out of time, it might fuck him up.
I got you, right.
So
It makes sense.
Any drummer is listening to a metronome, so that in their ear, and sometimes like bands will put it up on TikTok or Instagram, so you can hear what it is that we hear on stage.
Right.
But basically, I can hear my guitar guys. I can hear the drums a little bit. I have the drums turned way down because I can feel them behind me. And the whole time in my ear, I just hear,
Right.
and it keeps me on time.
Right.
You guys can't hear it, but it's how I know, like, cues are coming. There's a great video of Meshuggah playing Bleed, because that song starts out, the whole band just, it's silent, and then it goes, and the whole band comes in on an instant. And everyone's like, how do they do that? In your ears,
Right.
It's Dom's voice, because he's our sound guy. And he says, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. And we all start together.
And he's saying that in the moment.
No, it's on their backing track. It played in our ears.
It's already recorded.
It's pre-recorded.
Got it.
Our whole set is So I know exactly how long the set is. I know how long in between songs I
Gotcha.
have to direct the audience.
Right.
And then he'll start counting me in, so I know, like, bitch,
When you
wrap
say
it up.
direct the audience, it's like what? Put your hands up, stand up, do
Stuff
turn
like that.
around.
So I don't like to be so rehearsed, but I like to know that, say, in between songs 1 and 2, I have 37 seconds to thank the bands that played before us, say who's coming up after us,
Gotcha.
and be like, all right, this next song is called Here We Go.
Right.
And then after that, for example, the last show we just played, all of the proceeds that we made went to our great friend Hillary. She's battling cancer, unfortunately. So before
to
Signs,
hear it.
it's terrible.
Shout out to
She's,
Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary, she's an amazing person. She's only 33, currently going through chemo.
What kind of cancer do you know?
It's ovarian cancer. Yep. So we talked as a band, all of our merch sales from that show, and then everything from door, which is ticket sales. So we raised a good amount of money for her. Thank you for everybody who donated and bought some merch. But Signs is a pretty emotional song. It's about like dealing with depression and
Right.
the idea of suicide. And so I addressed everyone, and I knew exactly how long before that song started so that I could say what I had to say and not sound like I was rushing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also, one more cool thing is the professional light show that Dom programmed by hand. The colors that flash during that song are the National Suicide Prevention colors.
Intentionally.
Intentionally.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. There's so much that goes
Layered.
into it that nobody
Honestly.
will ever realize how much work, time, money,
Yeah.
blood,
Justin,
sweat,
take
and
note.
tears. Yeah. Hey, just to play a 30-second set for you in a dive bar, and people
Right.
are like, huh, they were all right.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. Or
Right.
not listen at all.
Or not listen,
Yeah.
go fucking smoke a cig and
Dude,
not
to
give
be
a
an
fuck.
upcoming band and give all of your, profits or whatever away, like, no matter what the cause, like, it just, good on you.
Thank
know what
you.
I mean? Good
Well,
on you for
retarded.
being
Dude.
a fucking person.
So we may
Like-
never reach the upper echelon of
It's 'cause
what
you
it
give
is
all
that
your
we
money
wanna do.
away.
That's true, right? I mean, what are we
Wait
thinking?
until you got a little for
Yeah.
yourself before you
I
start
would-
giving it all away to sick
I
people.
would rather, not make it and know that we did something
Sure.
to help somebody than to make it and be a band that just like, I mean, without our friends and our fans, we're nothing.
Oh, yeah.
We are where we are because of the money that they've spent on merch. I mean, dude, Eric Lushke, Jesse Johnson, some of my buddies, Tyler Hartsock, they've come to see us like 20 times. We've
Right.
only played like, almost 30 shows. They've been to almost every single show. And our set doesn't change a lot. We
Yeah,
play a
but-
lot of the same
yeah.
songs. We only have 11 fucking songs.
Right.
And they come out and support us, 5, 6, 7 times a year.
And they like
90
the shit too.
They do.
It's
They-
not like,
they do.
95% of all bands ever
Yes.
literally are on the backs of whatever parent is the most involved.
Correct.
Literally.
I have
Like,
both my parents to thank. I have my sister for getting into drums and percussion. I have all my friends.
Dude, drums? To be a fucking parent of a drummer?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? That's
Yes.
got to be the worst fucking thing ever until
Yeah.
they're good. And then
Yeah.
it's like, maybe it's all right.
When I was a kid,
But-
so I never got into playing them, and I feel bad. But they're shitty kid drums. My aunt got us a drum set when we were little kids. Never really played it, but I'll never forget my mom as I opened that present. She's like, "Do you fucking
Oh yeah,
hate
to
me?"
give someone else's kid
Yeah.
a drum set
Yeah.
is like a big fuck
Diabolical.
you to the
Exactly.
parents.
She's
dude.
like, "Yeah, remember all those times when we were kids and you pissed me off? Here you go. This is just
Yeah.
a little bit of payback."
yeah, here's a drum set, some M80s, and some lawn
There you
darts.
go.
Have a blast.
There you go.
When you get after the first show, you get off.
Mhm.
You feel
Got off.
electric,
Yes. Yeah,
You-
dude, it went so well. I gotta say,
and you feel like, damn, we crushed that.
We did.
And the people who were there were like, damn, you guys crushed that.
Yes, so much so that up until like our 6th or 7th performance, Eric and Tyler that I just mentioned, like longtime buddies, they were like, "Dude, we still think that first performance was your best."
Wow.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, and then when you are you headlining that?
No, so
Okay.
funny story. First show, we were lucky that we weren't the first band, right? Because who the
Yeah,
fuck
of
are we?
course.
We've never played before,
Yeah.
and they're letting us play like
You shouldn't even have been there.
correct. we played either second. I think we played third. So 2 bands went on before us, and like, who the fuck are we? Our second show ever, and this is what I was going to say earlier, but we went back to the first show. Our second show ever, we became direct support. So direct support is the slot directly before the headliner for If Not For Me, who, I mean, you can look them up, dude.
Yeah, I will.
This year, I'm pretty sure they played Madison Square Garden.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Right. So this is a local show. They're on a local venue headliner, right? So we played Angels Rock Bar. It's not a huge room, but it's a cool room to play for your second show
Yeah,
ever.
and it's somewhere we all know about and been. And,
Right.
yeah.
So we sold 84 tickets for a local show.
You guys?
We did.
Oh wow! So not like the show, but-
right? And this is our second show. To this
Man,
That's
point,
fire.
Yeah, we still have not played first. We were supposed to play first. We sold so many tickets, they moved us right up to direct support.
Sick.
And we played right before, if not for me, to the point where Pat, who knew my buddy Joe, he goes over to Joe and he's like, dude, what do you know about this band Omen Skye? I've never
Sick.
heard of them. And he's like, he's playing dumb. He's like, I don't know. I don't even know anything about it. And he's like, well, dude, they sold like 3 times as many tickets as we did. And we're afraid everyone's going to leave. And I feel bad, kind of. But like
this is the if not for me, man.
Yes.
Okay, fuck.
We played, dude. We crushed it. Everyone left.
Whoa.
There was like
real quick,
20
just
or
for-
30 people that stayed
For
for
the
the show.
listeners, like Instagram followers,
Yep.
38,500.
Yes.
That's a good
dude.
fucking
They're
following.
amazing. They're amazing.
But on
Mhm.
Spotify,
Yep.
653,000 monthly fucking listeners, dude.
This
like,
was
what
huge.
the fuck?
It was huge for
That's
us.
a lot.
We had no right being there, and we only got the opportunity because all of our friends bought tickets.
It means that people don't get how big it is. It's like even if
everything.
you can't go to the show, you can
You
still
did.
buy a ticket.
You bought a ticket and didn't come.
Look at
I'm
that.
pretty sure you're like, I can't make
Piece
it, but
of
I'm gonna.
shit.
No. He
Half.
told me head up.
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding,
I mean,
I'm
he
kidding.
told me. First
And Mike
and
would
foremost,
feel like that too.
Right, he's
Mike's
like, dude,
if you're not really gonna show up, don't even buy the ticket.
Right.
100%.
Well, no,
I
I
do
mean,
feel
it
that way.
does
And it's
help.
wrong. It's wrong. I'm wrong for that.
So pre-sales as a local band are huge. It
Yeah.
shows that you have some pull.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you bought a ticket, you told me you weren't going to be able to make it, but it
Show
helped.
support. You can show support. And if somebody
Yes.
wanted to support you guys now, what are the number one things someone listening could do? Go to the Spotify.
Yep.
Hit subscribe.
Yes.
Okay.
Or yeah,
Go to
subscribe
Apple
or follow.
Music. Hit subscribe. Follow. Whatever the
Yes,
thing is.
Yes.
Is Spotify your main thing you're trying to build musically, listenable
Spotify
or whatever?
pays artists the least, but
Yeah.
it is the number one listened to platform.
Yeah.
So on
I'm on it,
any
sorry.
given
So
day,
it's about reach, not monetization, right?
Kinda.
correct,
More or less
dude.
for you.
We've made like on monetization, we've made like $50.
Yeah, no,
it's
it
ridiculous.
doesn't even count.
It doesn't.
No, right.
So Spotify pays you the least. Apple Music pays you a lot more, but so like we might have 100 listeners today on Spotify, we might have 11 on Apple Music, and on Amazon Music we are lucky to have. We usually always have at least one, but we're lucky to have like 2 or 3.
And by the way, for those listening, it's completely free to hit that button.
yes,
Right?
Yes,
But
So
also,
on Amazon, on Apple Music, it's free.
yeah,
On Spotify, it's free.
For as long as you're
Right.
know,
You
you're
have the subscription to the
subscribed.
thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Amazon Music, free. Right?
free. As far as I know, I'm not
So,
super familiar.
my
with
well,
point
it.
you
here
probably
is-
are paying for the Amazon thing, whatever.
Of course.
Yeah,
You're
correct,
paying for the
Whatever.
correct.
But yeah,
subscription.
so you're
But to
already
press
paying.
the
You're
button.
already paying.
It's
press the
push
button.
Push the button.
Yeah, press the button.
Press the fucking
follow,
button.
Like, subscribe, like our silly little fucking daily posts on social media. It means a lot as far as our engagement. We're trying to
Absolutely.
get to 6-figure views. Right now, we're hovering around like 60,000 views a week, which. Dude, some of the reels that we post are fucking lame as shit. I will
You
be
just
the
gotta
first.
post stuff.
It's to keep us relevant in the
That's what I'm saying.
algorithm.
If you have to keep posting, they can't all be bangers.
Yes.
You just have to be bad for a while.
Dude, it's
Everyone
the game
is.
you have to play. You
Yeah.
have to become a content creator. I literally just got a new phone because I have so much audio files that I'm always uploading. My phone couldn't handle it. I almost got the 1 terabyte model, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's too much.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not. You
right.
need it. You
Yeah,
need it.
it's-
You
right.
always
I wish
want
you would have got
more,
it.
yeah.
I wish you would have got it.
Yeah, I got the 512, and it's going to be good for now. But hopefully, by the time I might not need that 1 terabyte model, I'll have somebody to do it for us.
Yeah, I believe in you guys, like to the point where it's like when I hear you guys, it doesn't sound like, oh, this is a guy I know's band.
Yes,
You know what I
We're
mean?
trying to pull
That's
out all the
what's cool.
stops. It's tough, man. I hear our stuff back, and I swear to God, it takes me like 2 months of it being released to be like, you know what? This does sound pretty good.
Right,
When
because
it-
when it comes out, this is horrible.
Yes.
I hate this.
Dude,
Yeah.
Further,
That's what a real artist does.
we got into a huge argument about Further because I just did not think it stood up against Mirage and Cry the White Lie. In a world where I was literally watching the Nickelback documentary earlier today, and it's
Was it
funny.
good?
Honestly, I love it.
I heard
It's
it
like
was a good doc,
the
yeah.
4th time I've watched it.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, I'm a huge.
I don't think I've watched any documentary 4 times.
Dude.
Saying that you
That's
saw
really
it was
interesting.
good was one thing.
Holy
You're
shit,
like, this is
okay.
a
I've watched it like 4 times. I've also watched on Amazon Prime or whatever the fucking subscription is called.
Yeah, Prime Video.
Prime
whatever
Video,
the
thank
fuck.
you.
It's awesome.
The Kids in the Crowd. It's Simple Plan. It's a
Oh
documentary
wow,
about
I
Simple
remember
Plan.
them.
Watch it. It's,
Really?
Yeah. Again, I've watched that one like 4 or 5 times.
Those guys seem really cool. I mean,
Out
like,
of the
nice
two
or
docs,
whatever.
who's better?
I like the Simple Plan one because Nickelback is literally just it's largely around like how it
The
became
zeitgeist
popular
to hate 'em.
Yeah, it's literally called Hate to Love Nickelback.
Which is
Because-
what's such a weird thing that happened with that.
Yeah.
It's not that weird. I mean, they're not
It
that.
is.
It,
Well,
it, it is to a
zeitgeist,
degree.
or it's
It
like
is to a degree.
it's like a meme. It's like
Yeah.
it became popular
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hate
yeah.
on.
Did you watch Stranger Things when it was out?
Yeah.
Do you remember when like that there was a girl, was there any Beth or something? Some random girl who got killed, got really fucking
Yeah, I remember
popular
Beth.
online, and it was just like
How?
at the end of the day, it didn't make sense. She was
Justice
very
for Beth to this day.
it was like she didn't really have a real part, and she didn't do anything fucking memorable. So it's just like
Right.
one of those random like just internet moments, like
Internet
Bodie
moments.
McBoatface.
Mhm.
Like you give everyone the chance to do a thing, they're gonna fuck it up
Right.
to a degree.
Yes.
But still, I don't know how she got popular. It didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was nothing.
Nickelback they have
Nickelback-
I understand. They have like stripper anthems and vacuous
They're
fucking
basically
lyrics.
Puddle of Mud adjacent.
But
Like, they're the
here's,
same
there you
here's
band.
go.
the thing, though, to be like, it's one thing to go, it's like the music's not for me.
Right.
But
Dude,
the hate they got was
Rockstar is a
unbelievable.
terrible
King.
song.
Yeah.
The hate they
Rockstar,
got
the
was
plane sitting on the jet, like
Yep.
honestly, that I don't know, dude. There was a time where like bands were like fine, and then they did this one thing that just like took them off the. Weezer did a song called Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And they were a respectable band until they fucking did that shit.
Dude,
and I'm like, I don't like it.
funny
I can't
story
fucking
about
do it.
Weezer.
No, fuck you. It's over.
Weezer was signed to Geffen Records in 1991, and some of the big name artists on that label at the time were like Guns N' Roses. How the fuck did some weirdo white guys
Weezer's
from
next to
yeah,
Guns
dude,
N'
they're like,
Roses
yeah, we're
is
gonna take a
crazy.
shot on
Dude,
these
you hear Buddy
weirdos.
Holly, dog?
Well, but seriously, they're great. They have bangers. Go see them live. I saw them for the first time live in I was either 23 or 24.
Who are we talking about?
Weezer.
Got it.
Dude, they are some of the most talented musicians
You might
will
remember
ever
Hash
see.
Pipe. That would have been when I
Yeah.
feel like
I know Weezer.
Yeah.
Well, you should know Weezer, but also I don't know. You know, like what do you know about Weezer? Like
I
what
just
do
know
you
they're
know?
a band.
Do you know
Yeah.
any song? Can you name any songs that you
Well,
liked?
just said
Beverly Hills.
Right, that was
Only
the
one.
biggest one.
The only name of
That's
the
the
song I
only
could know.
one.
Sweater song.
Sweater song. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
To destroy my sweater.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've heard plenty of their songs.
You
That's-
would have.
Yeah.
You definitely would have.
Yeah, but Nickelback got
But
the
none
hate.
of them fucking like
Didn't
grabbed you,
deserve
though,
it.
apparently.
It didn't
Which is
deserve
fine,
the
which is
level of
fine.
hate whatsoever.
Right, so the Simple Plan one is more, it's called, so that one's called Hate to Love Nickelback, and that's a big part of it. The Simple Plan one is called The Kids in the Crowd, and that's why I love to watch that one, because it's just about a group of kids that used to love going to live shows and became so enthralled with this local music scene that they wanted to do it too, which is how I started making
Right,
music.
right.
I love to go to shows. I've been to over 300. I became a student watching how they move up there, what they say, what they do, like, you know, how they write and
That's
and how
dope
they
though, because
it is.
there's this weird thing where people like don't like to admit that they were ever a fan. You know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah.
Like the guys who are like, I'm not really like comics. There'll be a famous comedian who's like,
Lame.
I don't really like comics. I don't really watch it. It's like that's
Lame.
fine.
Yes.
but
Actors
it's
do it,
unlikely.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, when
Actors do
actors
it.
say I don't watch my
I
own
don't
movie,
watch my own
go
movies.
fuck yourself.
Right, but I'm sure you, as our student of comedy, right? Like
yeah,
you
I
watch
like it.
stand-ups.
I'm a fan.
Right, so like when Shane Gillis was coming out, you were the one who showed us Shane, and you were like, you gotta get on with this guy. And initially, I feel like his style of humor, it had to like grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
But you were a student of comedy, and the way you explained it really helped break it down to like how he's doing it as a science.
Right.
The delivery.
Yeah, you look at it differently.
Yes, how you mention something early in the routine and bring it back up later.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole science behind it. You're creating a composition. That's what we're doing with music in like a 4 or 5 minute time frame. They're doing it in 30, 40,
Are all the
an
other
hour
guys
long.
also fans as well of,
Oh
of
yeah.
the music?
Oh
and
yeah.
shit?
Me and Dylan, obviously we met at a show. He goes to about as many shows as me. Dom is, like I said, he's more reserved. I've been to shows with Dom. He doesn't go as often, and Josh has been to a lot of shows, just not at many as recently.
The Slaughter to Prevail show was sick. Was
That
that your
was
first
great.
time seeing them?
Let me think. The first time I saw them was at the HMAC.
Bro,
RIP.
screaming without the mic?
Yes, dude.
Bro, that shit made my dick hard.
Getting the whole, and I could hear him.
yeah,
like,
I got the video
yes.
of that, obviously.
I was up in the fucking. I went upstairs because, dude, I go to so many shows anymore. I just can't be in the pit for everyone. My
Yeah.
body's getting old. But
Yeah,
so
we're
I
old.
was up top, like way off to the side, and I could hear him crisp, clear, and clean.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah. Dude, he's an animal. It sucks right now, though. Cancel culture across the board.
I saw trans bullshit.
Yeah, you saw that today. That was literally
what was
today.
it?
So they're trying to cancel him. Alex Terrible.
How the fuck do you cancel a guy named Alex Terrible?
He made a lot of mistakes as a younger person. Like, for example, somebody could say, "Oh, Nick, do you know he used to be an addict, and you know he hurt."
Everyone has a past.
Right, everyone has a past. He
followed some Nazi shit.
He followed some. Right, I've never done anything like that, but something could surface, something you said or did that was like, you come from a place that you've matured from, and he's apologized, he's addressed, and he's like, look, back then I was doing stuff to fit in and be cool, and I didn't realize the gravity of what it is that I was representing.
Right.
If your parents are racist, you're racist too, until you
By
realize
default.
one day that like, oh wow, we're fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like
know?
you're supposed to have grown, right? Like I say, if you look at the time hop from Facebook that's 10 years old and you're not embarrassed, you haven't grown enough.
But
Dude,
like
you
the trans people,
like you should be extremely ashamed of what you wrote back then.
the trans
Daily.
people want him to like come out and be like, I'm for the trans people, and he's like, I'm not going to do that because it's just like, what? Why?
Well, right, it's bend the knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Bend the
Exactly what
knee.
it is. Bend the knee to the LGBT, whatever the fuck. It's like, I don't give a fuck if you fuck
So he's not
people,
bending?
He's not
animals.
bending, but
I
he's-
want you to do whatever you want.
He's
Right,
also
he
not
says-
saying nothing bad about it.
Right,
Exactly.
he's saying live your life.
Yeah.
If
Yup.
you wrong me, then I have a reason to dislike you.
Right.
Right. But until something happens that you've hurt me in some way, live your life
Right.
the way that you see fit, and that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And I mean, everyone has different opinions on certain things like that, but because of I'm not sure.
We're
if there was
advocates. We're allies around here.
Gotcha.
Jerking off the transborn makes you an ally.
I'm not an ally.
100%.
He's not an ally. I'm
I'm
an
not an
ally.
ally to any. I'm not even an ally to my fucking ally. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
Well, dude, there's just
It
so
depends.
many of these.
Like, if he fucking wrongs me, then I'm fuck him. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
I see what
whatever.
you're saying.
What
I
are
see
we
what you're
doing?
saying. But in the music realm, there's a lot of just try your best to be a good person, even on the local scene.
Sure,
Not so
absolutely.
much as stuff like that with because dude, at our shows, there's gay, trans, non-binary.
sure.
Our buddy Ben who runs sound,
Really?
like, yeah, dude, it brings out everybody because it is a safe space. It's alternative music, and we want everybody to feel safe and included.
The thing
in this
about
space.
alternative music is like a lot of people are looking for a family,
Yeah.
a place to fit in.
Dude,
That's the thing people don't get about that
Right.
scene specifically. And I'm just going to speak to it.
Sure.
Other scenes, who knows? I know specifically that scene, it's like extra family,
Yes.
extra camaraderie.
Yes.
People think it's not because they see from they look at the
They
mosh
think
pits
it's
and stuff.
scary, yeah.
If you fall down in a mosh pit, you will never see
Dude,
so
before
much
you're-
love.
You barely
Before
see
you're
the
back-
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You barely even touch the ground, and you're
You got
ascending.
7 people grabbing. Are you okay? It's
I've
like,
never felt weirder.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They're
I'm
like
just
putting money in your pocket.
Am I a celebrity? What the fuck's happening?
No,
It's
dude.
crazy.
But think about it, you just went to Warped Tour, right? And that's
Yeah.
a little bit of a different vibe. There are like heavier bands there, Fox Lake, Suicide Silence. For the most part, it's alternative rock though. It's what we
Were you
grew
there for
up
Fox
with.
Lake?
Oh, 100%.
So you
brother.
saw that they ended up going a little over their
did,
thing.
but that
It
wasn't
sucked so
necessarily their
much. I
fault,
felt
and
so
I-
bad because I was
yeah.
there for arm's length,
Yeah.
and I was just like, dude, I really liked listening to this band, and it was just like they just went a little over.
They went a
They were
little over.
their best song. They literally fucking cut them
They
halfway.
cut 'em. It
I don't
happens.
think it was halfway through. It's like
Damn.
just
I've been at
Fuck.
shows where I'm afraid of getting cut. Like we started our set 2 minutes late, and I'm like, they're gonna pull the fucking plug on
Right,
us.
right.
But Fox Lake, they handled it well. I
Yeah,
still
they-
went up. Everybody dapped them up. We were like, you guys were great. You know, it happens. But that environment, dude, everyone is looking out for each other. Everyone's
Yeah.
hugging and
Yeah, yeah.
high-fiving.
It's beautiful.
we're
Yeah.
trying not to die. It
Right.
was so fucking
Together.
hot.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
no
together.
reason. I have no reason to dislike, hate, or any other reason to have any kind of negative connotation to anyone until they come at me
Yeah.
in some kind of cross way.
Yeah.
Come to my shows, enjoy the music. If my music speaks to you, we might not have walked the same path in life.
Right.
We might not have the cookie cutter same exact idea or view of the world.
But if it resonates, it resonates.
It resonates, and dude, I feel like music should be something that's bringing people together
Agreed.
rather than drawing a line in the sand and separating people.
And too many people do that.
They
They
do.
go like, this is my genre,
Right.
and then everyone outside's like, yeah.
There are reasons that certain bands get canceled, and like right now, I don't know if you saw what's happening with Southpaw.
No.
They're a hardcore band from Florida. Their drummer, I don't want to say the wrong person. Somebody in the band was wearing like literal like Nazi stuff. So they canceled the whole tour. One of the bands that we opened up for, Resistor, they put out a statement and was like, we're no longer going to play with this band. So you have to be very careful. Reverent got a ton of hate for being put on a bill with Slaughter to Prevail. And so people are hating on them by association.
Because of the trans stuff from the Alex?
No, the trans thing was literally today.
Okay.
It's about, I think he had a swastika tattoo that he got covered up.
Gotcha.
And he's apologized for it. And even when we saw him, do you guys remember? He was like, I've made some mistakes. You should let people, mature. And if somebody is give them some like space in your heart to apologize and make amends.
And then he kicked all the black people out, remember?
Dude, funny story. I did Laid to Rest in Brooklyn, New York at karaoke. After these beautiful black women, they just did Say My Name.
That's hilarious.
Dude, they just did.
They
fucking sang.
He's sick.
They did Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Yeah, and they killed it. They were amazing.
It, by the way.
And then
Beyonce would have been jealous.
I'm talking to the MC. She was a black lady with dreads. I'm like, do you guys ever have anybody that does metal? And she's like,
you guys do white people
all
stuff
the time,
here?
all the time. I just wanted a chance to like showcase. Like everyone's like, Nick, you should get up there, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the right place or time. They're like, fucking get up there. So I went up there. I asked her. I was like, do people do metal? She said, all the time. And so I go and do Laid to Rest by Lamb of God, and I guess that is not the flavor of metal that she thought
Metallica, metal,
Chevelle, Limp Bizkit. I could get up there and do break stuff.
Radio stuff.
When she heard metal, she thinks anything that's not rap or whatever, like rock.
Honestly, she was probably thinking like Avenged Sevenfold or something.
Right.
And I got up there and did Laid to Rest, and every single black person left. That was not my intention. Some people were like, dude, are you in a band? That was great. And other people were like,
call the cops.
That's the devil. I got to get out of here.
Were they scared of the song or of you?
Yeah, and maybe it was a little bit of both. But the thing that I'm realizing, and dude, there's so many more bands now. It's becoming way more diverse. You have bands like Unity TX. They're a hardcore band from Texas. Fronted, it's black and Latino. And the audience that comes out to view them, it turns a metal show into like a rap show for like 30 minutes while they're playing. Everyone's hands in the air. You literally feel like you're in fucking 8 Mile or something, dude. It's great. It brings the scene is getting wider. It's bringing in a lot of different people, and for the most part, as long as you are a decent human being, everyone loves everybody. Yeah. But there are some people out there. There's a promoter we worked with for quite a while. Dude, this motherfucker, and I give everyone the benefit of the doubt once. There are full audio clips. There are text message screenshots of them being the worst kind of person. At that point, I feel bad for even, because I've
retroactively bad.
Retroactively, I've introduced my girlfriend to these people. I've introduced. I'm like, oh, this guy's
unknowing,
cool.
Yeah,
right. Maybe he can get us on a show together, and then you find out that they're a terrible human, and this specific person has not done anything to remedy his the issue, whatever his persona. I don't know the word I'm looking for. As long as like Alex Terrible, he's done a lot to be like, I made mistakes.
This isn't who I am.
This is maybe who I was, but even then I was such a young kid. I didn't understand the gravity of what I was doing.
Right. Which makes sense, because everyone's done some dumbass shit,
Correct, but I feel like in the metal community specifically, I don't know, country artists get called out for certain things.
Yeah,
but
Morgan Wallen's dropping the N-word.
God bless. Yeah.
And he's bigger than ever.
Yeah, he is. I don't know.
Which is also like, what did you think they thought?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, who's the comedian that said this shit? It was just like, anyone that's fucking born in like any fucking
that said the shit.
That was Bill
what
Burr.
What did you think they thought? Any old person before
you can have sex with them.
Think they thought?
You can hang out with them. Just don't put it on Instagram.
What'd you think they thought?
But
also, like, what does fucking supporting Nazism now when there's no Nazis even fucking means?
Yeah.
Like, I know it
probably
sucks.
racism.
It's not
Probably.
cool. It's not fucking cool. Whatever the fuck it is.
Probably means racism.
Or like could be like, I don't know. You can have your own reasons why you like bring back a fucking thing. Like, obviously it's a weird thing to do, swastikas or whatever. But like,
it's not.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think
artists
that's
have
gonna
a real
gain you
fucking.
fans.
I'm not saying everyone's a fucking artist because they're not.
Yeah,
but
maybe you have a reason.
So Mikey and we've talked about this. That's why we don't try to push any agenda.
Yeah.
There's so many different artists that try to weaponize their fan base.
Oh,
we want to make music, vibe with our friends, have fun, maybe write a song that like reminds you of when you were young, or reminds you of a heartbreak that you had, or reminds you,
in some way.
Exactly. Like Vanquish is about like me.
Music touches people.
It does.
Not to get gay, but it really does strike something in you and move you.
It does.
If you've ever heard a song that made you feel anything, it's proof. Music can touch.
It does.
Weird.
We're still to this day trying to figure out how vibrations travel through the air, hit your eardrum, and light up certain parts of your brain. Why a minor chord makes you feel sad. Why an
frequencies
aggressive
and
power
vibrations
chord,
and shit. Man, that runs the world.
It's very scientific, and we're honestly trying to learn this. Like Liz and I do a kind of like we practice while we're at home, and she will tell a story and I'll be on the guitar, and it helps me with my songwriting and composition skills. She'll be like, all right, it's a beautiful day, and I'm playing like some very major chord, very happy stuff, trying to evoke this emotion. She'll be like, uh-oh, I think somebody's following me. And then I start going like real fast-paced staccato. And it's telling a story through music and vibration.
That's cool.
It's cool, man. And it helps you to understand how music moves people,
right.
And how
that's
certain sounds
interesting.
Make people feel a certain way.
Right, or how you feel hearing that.
Exactly.
Is how you felt, and it probably does resonate to others.
Which songs are the most powerful though, emotional-wise? Like, no, in general. To him though. Like so, like you got happy, you got sad.
Yeah.
But which ones resonate longest?
Damn, dude.
It's the sad ones, right? I don't want to fucking lead you, but
well,
go ahead. Go.
I'm led.
Do.
No. So
too late.
So let me think. So it depends on like what mood you're going for, right? Have you ever hopped in the car and you're like, I feel some kind of way, and you put on a song and you're like, nah, that ain't it.
Sure.
So and then you try to switch the vibe. I mean, so yesterday, might have been the day before. Yesterday I'm driving to metal band practice. So you think I'm going to warm up listening to some heavy shit, right?
Never know.
You got to say that voice.
No, you got to. So you're supposed to warm up XYZ. Almost never do I listen to metal. I'll listen to metal if I'm coming to do a podcast, if I'm going to the gym, something to like amp me up a bit. Yesterday on the way to band practice, I was listening to Twiddle, who is they're a jam band that sounds very like beachy, you know. I'm pretty sure their vocalist guitarist is from like Hawaii or something like that. So I put on that music because I was feeling this very bright, clean summertime vibe, right? So, but is that going to move me to the degree of like you're saying some of like the most moving songs of all time?
Right. Will you listen to that song when you're 60?
I think that I might.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So.
But the fact that you're not sure is not amazing.
I don't want to go down this road, but I was having a conversation recently where, and I see this a lot in today's climate, but somebody brought this up at our show on August 2nd, saying that music is inherently political. For generations.
That person is awesome.
Hold on. Now, I mean, since rock music, punk rock music especially, that's a big part of what it is. But like
people have used music to make statements.
Sure, and so do we.
Right.
Listen to Cry the White Lie, listen to Dissension,
Right.
listen to some of the songs we have in the On Deck Circle.
I don't know if I can agree with inherently though.
Inherently is tough.
It's
inherently
too broad.
is tough.
It's too broad.
So if I give you one of the most emotionally impactful songs I've ever heard in my life, it's going to have no lyrics. So think about Beethoven, Bach,
That's
Chopin.
interesting.
You think they were writing beautiful orchestral compositions based on some bone they had to pick with the government? No.
Right.
They were writing because they wanted to speak beyond the limitation of words.
Hold on. Right. We don't know. Yeah, maybe they were trying to fucking be like, I want to represent this thing I feel fucking through a piano. I don't know.
Seriously. Like, when you think about Beethoven, dude, some of his stuff, like, what is it his 7th Symphony?
Many fucking things.
That's metal as fuck,
But I will
dude.
tell you, at the end of the day, for me personally, it's all the vocalist.
Yeah.
If you're not saying something, the music can be anything. The music, so like...
That's true.
I'm going to piss a bunch of drummers out. I'll piss a bunch of drummers off. Drummers, you are musicians. Technically, but like really, you're just fucking timekeepers. Like you are a Swiss Army watch or whatever the fuck, dude. Like you are keeping track. You're not doing notes. You're not doing fucking scales. You're not doing any of the thing. You are the structure. You matter a fuckload.
Yes.
But don't get it twisted. Like the fucking everyone around you. We want that more than you. Like we need you too. But without you, this shit sucks. It does. It's like you're like the bread. You're like the bread of the fucking sandwich, dude. Like you matter the most. But also, we can have fucking breadless sandwiches and
That's
like
true.
fucking get by.
Yeah,
So no offense to
bluegrass
drummers,
music has
but
no percussion. It's a bass, guitar, fucking banjo, a fiddle, and a singer. There's no percussion.
You
in
guys ought to
bluegrass
get a
music.
fiddle.
dude, you oughta.
Don't tempt me.
Just kidding.
I played saxophone for 9 years. There's times
Oh,
where I'm like, I
shit.
might hop up there like Rivers of Nile.
Dude, we'll
or,
get our guy Timothy fucking Fletcher out here on the drums, and he's also a sax. Was he saxophone?
I played.
Oh,
I
clarinet. He was a
I
clarinetist.
played alto for many years. They switched me to tenor. But going back to, so you're trying to say like percussion is like a dime a dozen. It's not as impactful. So for many years,
I don't know you dig.
I never expected I would be a vocalist because, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't even listen to the words. I listened to the guitar and the drums.
Which
When
is
you
good,
think of
too.
think about shit, I'm about to be super nerdy again. So I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. When you think of like the Isengard theme, the entire emotion comes from the dum 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 dum. That's the emotion of the song. You take that away and it's just some chains rattling.
Right.
100%.
It's timpani, it's bass drum. So that's what I'm trying to say. We can't dig up Beethoven and be like, did you write this for some political reason? But I'd like to believe that they wrote it because there's a great quote. It's at this point, nobody knows who said it or who coined the term, but music, essentially it's literature of the soul. It commences where speech ends. So like I can say whatever I want on stage, but if our composition isn't hitting hard, if like, you know, when we're trying to say some emotionally impactful chorus, if the music isn't there to relay that to your brain to say like this is an emotional part of the song, it's not gonna hit as hard. It's gonna fall on deaf ears, so to speak. So that has a big part of it. Even the drums, like I gravitate towards bands where the drummer is a little bit more technical because I feel like composition wise they gave a shit more.
Right.
Like they cared more to put in more fills or like cymbal work, like Matt Greiner from August Burns Red. I
Yeah.
love that band.
Right, you're paying attention to the
because of
drums.
him.
Yeah.
I love Born of Osiris because of Cameron Losh. I love Lamb of God, not anymore.
You
but
getting
because
any beefs? You guys got any beefs with any other bands?
not
That's what would
anymore.
be
Why
good.
don't you like them anymore?
No, because Chris Adler's not with.
Oh, okay.
But I did meet
Thought you were
Art
like, fuck
Cruz
this
this year.
band. Okay, cool.
We don't have any beefs.
Dude,
No,
you gotta
no beefs
start
currently.
one, dude.
So that's
That's
a huge
great
thing.
for publicity.
Dude, honestly-
you ought to go. Fit for a Kid. What was the one band you guys opened for? Fit for
If not for me.
If not for me.
Yep.
If you walk on there while they're singing and punch the guy in the face,
Right.
brother, you're headline.
Or like, what if like you got
Celebrity
a
death
rapper
Uh-huh.
who's like in the same like level you were, and like try to like do a thing like that where it was a beef
Menace
between
Monroe.
rap and
Yes.
rock.
Shout out
you know?
Menace
I was
Monroe.
gonna say
Yep.
YNCU Nook. I think he's a little bit. I don't know where he's at. Anyway,
I do live in
but
Baltimore
fucking,
City, so
you know what I mean.
great place to do a drive-by.
But
Yeah,
then, like,
yeah.
then you do a song together
Yes.
at the end of it, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you squash the beef, and then you have a cool fucking
And
Feature-
you get
feature
fans
on my
that you
check.
wouldn't have had because
Right,
they're a
that's the
different
thing, it's a
genre.
crossover deal,
I'm
you
sure
know what I
guys
mean?
Think about all that.
So we try to do it the amicable way, which would be to feature. So on Further, we featured Justin Davenport, who is infinitely a better vocalist than I will ever be. He is the vocalist of Nullified out of Anne Arundel County and Echoes in Eternity. I think they're based out of PA. But he's fucking fantastic. And we had him feature on a song because he's great.
Right.
We want to showcase his abilities to our fans so they might get fans.
You're
and
not
then-
trying to dunk on him. You're just
We're
like,
not trying to dunk on him.
Right.
If anybody's dunking on anybody, he's dunking on me.
Right, but that's
He is
what, you're cool with that. You're like, come
100%.
swag, do your
Exactly.
thing.
So, and then Mikey says, you know, they don't have a huge following. So, you know, we're showcasing his talent. We hope that our fans follow his band.
That's the best way to do it. Is like a rising tide rises all ships.
Correct. So we're trying to help each other out. I might have, recently we just opened up for Fight From Within, but his direct support was an artist named Young Mosh. Check him out. He does like trap metal.
Nice.
So he's like rapping.
That's fun.
He's up there rapping, but then he's screaming. Dude, he's awesome. He has a reach of over 300,000 followers. So very humbly after the show, I'm like, dude, you're great. I wasn't sure if I had this opportunity. He approached me and was giving me my flowers.
Right.
And I was like,
got his own website.
dude, he's fantastic. And he was saying how much he enjoyed our performance.
Young
and I was
Mosh?
like, yeah, he's so fucking cool. They're on tour right now with Fight From Within. And I'm like, dude, I thank you. First of all, I am trying to figure out how to get on your level,
Right.
honestly. And then I was like, you know, we didn't have the chance to talk all night, but since you came up to me, we did have the idea of maybe collabing on a song. I know you're a very busy guy. Let me know when your schedule might open up, and I'll send you what we have. If you want us to write a feature for you, you can sing what we write, or you're totally open to write your own thing. And he said he would do it, but we got to wait until November. So we're going to have a demo polished, ready to go.
Right.
And that is a huge come
For
up for
the
us.
Young Mosh guy?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very fucking
Yeah,
cool.
dude. So,
okay.
so we're gonna. That's like we
Hell
want to
yeah.
flex our
That'll be a
maybe
bump.
hardcore muscles. Like do a song like Mikey wants us to do a song that's short and sweet.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
he's
you got
currently
some trap shit going.
Yeah, and dude, Dom is a fantastic producer. For that demo, he is gonna love throwing in some 808s, fucking trap beats, other stuff.
It'll be fun and different.
It'll be fun and different, and then we get a chance to perhaps get a whole new market fan base.
And if nothing else, you're making some cool art with somebody who's good. You know,
I feel like with the way metal is, you could make almost two versions of every song, where one's the extended regular version and one's just sort of like the snapshot kind of that gives you the
edit.
exactly. Like
what's the next thing you guys are dropping? We're gonna get you out of here shortly. What's the next thing you're dropping?
I lost track of time. My watch is honestly it's dead. August 28th, Vanquish is coming out. That song was written by our former lead guitarist, Brian. It sucks not to have him around. Unfortunately, there were some creative differences, man. It happens. Like, you've been in a relationship. Yeah, I mean, dude, it happens.
Sound off in the comments if you want to hear the full story. I'll message you.
Sometimes you feel like, you know, you're not aligning with certain elements, and we just felt like there was some friction there. So, and guy was going through a lot, so we gave him a long time to kind of get everything together to see if we could make things work, and unfortunately it didn't work out that way.
Things happen that way.
Correct. So we made sure it was cool to continue to use the song and make sure that everyone knows that he is the primary songwriter on Vanquish. It was his idea.
Right.
Lyrics were largely me. Chorus again is Josh. So this song I wrote from the perspective of overcoming adversity, specifically in my life, my battle with addiction, and it will shine through in the lyrics. So that'll be Friday.
That's dropping the 28th.
Friday, August 28th.
And then, so can you pre-save?
You can pre-save it
now or
when?
Okay. So right now, stop what you're doing. Fucking go pre-save Vanquish for August 28th. And while you're pre-saving that, go ahead and hit the follow button. They're not going to spam you with no bullshit. Just hit the follow button. It's literally free. This is someone local who we know. This is someone who's going to be not local for long. So show your support, and we'll remember that. Follow the Instagram, the TikTok.
We're on TikTok. We have like 850 followers. We really have not kept up with
Instagram.
Yes.
Facebook.
We're trying to grow Facebook now. Instagram's our best.
So just go into each of your social medias and type in Omen Skye.
Yes.
Right? OMEN space SKYE.
Yes.
The Scottish spelling.
Yes.
And subscribe, follow the Instagram, and go see a show. When are you guys playing a show?
We're playing
recently or coming up? Or?
Yeah, September 13th.
Beautiful.
We're playing Metro Gallery. It's in like the art district of Baltimore. It's right across from the Charles Theater.
September 13th?
September 13th.
Come out and show your fucking support.
It's a Sunday, which sucks. But we're opening up for a band called Enox. They just dropped an album called Amalgamation. It's fucking dope. Give it a listen. We're opening up for them. For Fear Itself, our good buddy Tim Selden, they're on that show as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
September 13th. Maybe we'll pop out there. That sounds fun.
If you guys could come, that would be fucking dope. And honestly, this is like one of the venues, like, it's no soundstage, but it's comparable with like maybe Autobar. Like I pay good money to go see bands at Metro.
Gotcha.
So for us to actually be able to play there is a big step forward for us.
Autobar is my favorite venue. So like
what
Metro,
you
said? Yeah, Autobar is my favorite. So Metro, you said you're playing?
Have you heard of Metro Gallery?
I have heard of it. I've never been there though.
Dude, if you guys could make it out
yesterday.
It's a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
It's a Sunday.
Oh,
I know
that's
you guys.
That's right.
Yeah, if you guys might work the next day, but feel free to come out. We're playing, I think, 3rd, so feel free to come out, listen to us.
I'm off a lot of Fridays. I mean, on Mondays. But what is it you play? It's a nighttime show, obviously, right?
Yeah, so we'll probably go on around 8:30 would be my guess.
Cool. We'll have to check that out.
I'm trying to
go
check
show
those.
support. See them live. Follow all the socials.
Yes.
Nick's the fucking man.
Yes.
And
you guys can pre-save the new song. It's in our link tree. So if you go to our Instagram,
even easier.
Yeah, link tree. It says pre-save the new song. It'll show you a drop-down menu, and whether you use like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, whatever. There's so many streaming platforms I've never heard of. We're on 63 different streaming platforms.
Right.
I've heard of like 4 of them.
And
maybe.
shout out to the Aussies who are for sure gonna listen because apparently you're big in Australia.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Aussies, baby.
I don't know how that's happening. Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate you coming, bro. We're gonna have you back on. This was fun. I could do this for 6 hours. If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself. Damn.